I got one of my channels taken down on YouTube.
Really?
My That's the Underground channel got taken down.
Why?
For promoting violence. We're promoting cartels, bro.
You promoted a cartel?
Yeah.
Which cartel?
So I promoted. I don't even know which cartel. They didn't tell me. So I got a flag. 6 months ago, we posted a song, and it's like corridos. They sing about cartels and shit all the time.
Yeah.
And one of the videos got taken down, but the song, it was a cover. Like one of the artists was doing the cover. The original song is still on YouTube with like 100 million views and shit.
Yeah, but they
took mine that had like 500 views and shit.
Yeah.
And then I got a warning, and that was like 6 months ago. And then like literally on Friday, I think, or Thursday, boom, out of nowhere, I got an email, and I was like, oh shit, your account's been suspended.
Damn.
Then I had to appeal it, and I appealed twice, and they denied it twice. You can't be promoting criminal organizations. That's the lyrics that they be singing. But I'm like, I have way more songs that are not corridos, you know. And I have hip hop. I have like some documentaries in there and all kinds of other stuff. I appealed it. They kept denying it, and then there's like 6 channels, at least 6. I send them 6 examples, but there's more like that do the same thing we do. Like we record artists that sing corridos.
Snitching on people.
No,
Can't let them live.
I'm not even stressed about it. I'm excited, bro. It's marketing.
Yeah. It's marketing.
It's free marketing. So I'm gonna fucking go out on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fucking hit everybody up to retweet it. Rancho Humilde and Fuerza Regida, Nathan Elcano. Like they literally post like once a week a new corrido about some cartel and shit.
Yeah.
And they have millions of views. They don't get taken down. But us, independent artists, I'm promoting independent artists, you know, and like fucking our channel gets taken down. So I'm gonna appeal it, and I'm gonna go fight it on Twitter and TikTok and shit.
Yeah. Well, that's smart that you're using that as a marketing tool.
Also, I have a friend that works at Google.
Yeah.
You probably know who she is.
Yeah.
Shah Shamar.
I was gonna say you can say her name. I think I don't know.
So she's gonna help me out. Sending some emails to some people that she might know, and hopefully internally we get something resolved.
Yeah.
But also I'm gonna go with the public pressure route because we're fighting the big dogs. So
yeah.
So yeah, that's
it's
it.
the David versus Goliath story.
Definitely, I'm gonna use ChatGPT to give me a good script. So
yeah.
Have you fought with that?
Dude, that's the second time somebody's brought it up to me, like in the past week. I have no idea.
You haven't dude, it's
nothing.
A game changer. Bro.
Yeah, like he was telling me about it, and then he was like, I don't want to butcher it, like me explaining. And I'm like, so it's just an AI that does shit for you. And he's like, basically.
It's like a personal assist. It's kind of weird. It's like, so basically ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence. So it kind of is like a better version of Google. So before you're trying to look something up, like how to make an engaging video, and you would type that on Google or YouTube, and you'll get all kinds of results. But here you type it into it, and it's a chat. So like, how do I get better engagement on YouTube? You type it in, and it'll give you like, oh, these are like 9 ways to get better engagement. And it'll give you like a list, and you could even go further, be like, oh, elaborate on number 2, and then whatever number 2 was, it'll give you a whole paragraph about this. So that's like for research purposes, writing scripts, or could you write me a YouTube video with giving these 3 points about, I don't know, Coachella or whatever, and I'll give you like a whole script, bro. It's crazy.
Bro, it's basically just like the advanced version of Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, but like crazy.
That's basically all it is.
Yeah, so
as you're describing it, that's why I thought of like, it's just Ask Jeeves.
And for people that are in school, you could literally write me a 5-paragraph essay about this topic using these 3 examples with citations, and it literally will do it like in 3 minutes.
It'll do it
in 3 minutes, and with the fucking links to the fucking.
And there's
websites.
no way, like, because when I was in college,
so
way back when, like how they have like this software system, I guess, where they input your essay and it'll like check to see if you copy like somebody, like if you're using the same words, and you get like, I don't know if that was with you as well, like when you submitted papers and stuff.
Nah,
like,
I actually wrote my essays back in that.
No, but I actually wrote mine too. But there was people that would get caught up, like it would have, like they would tell us like, you have to submit before you submit it, your paper, and you also have to submit it into this website, and then it'll give you a percentage of like how many people have used those same words in that same sequence and stuff like that. And if you get like below a certain percentage, you automatically fail it because the software, I guess, would say like you're cheating,
plagiarizing.
You're plagiarizing, yeah.
So I don't know how intricate it is, but it's a good starter. You could just like whatever it does.
Yeah,
you
just change a couple words around.
Just copy paste it, change some words around. You could also ask the AI to move it around if you don't like it. Like if you be like, oh, can you reword it, but take out this and move this, and it'll do it for you. It's crazy, bro. Like, it's
Wow.
literally like in seconds. Or write me an article on 10 practical tips to start a small business. Boom, fucking a whole article. And then like, oh, and give me links and
Yeah.
citations.
Well, that's what my
Boom.
homie was saying. He's like, it could come up with a whole business plan for you, marketing strategy, like everything.
Hey, could you get me, how do I monetize my brand? My brand's about this, and this. My products sell for fucking $20. My revenue is this. Could you give me a 6-year and a 12-year plan, whatever. And it'll literally write out a whole fucking business within like minutes.
And this is free, no?
It's free. It's a free software. Now there's other ways, like if you're into like coding and shit, you could you could connect it to other apps that use that to like, I don't know how to do none of that, but like,
Yeah, but if you could do that,
so that's the
these are
potential. So it's like a better version of like Siri and like Alexa and all that. So it's exciting because now what it's doing now is dope, and it help you like if you have a blog. You could write hella articles, like, or if you send emails to people or whatever.
Yeah.
But
if like this is where it's at,
the
like,
future's exciting.
yeah.
So the 7th version of fucking whatever this website is, combined with like Siri or Alexa, now you have a real like in the movie Her.
Yeah.
That's where we're heading. So that's why I'm excited and like fuck yeah, like I could date my computer now.
I was about to say, are you? Is that why you're excited?
No, no, but like imagine just having a personal assistant, but without the pressure of having a personal assistant. Not there's pressure, but just like dealing with another human.
Yeah, like you don't feel like you have to be as nice and personable and stuff because it's a software. AI.
Just hey, I need this done, this that. Send this email to this person. Just talking to the phone or whatever computer.
Bro, he's already trying to replace you, dude.
Boom.
You hear this shit?
No.
He's already
It's like, hey, can you run this podcast for me?
Can you run this podcast for me? Just ChatGPT's all bet. Bro, we're losing jobs.
No, but it's creating new jobs because you still. So at least for now,
until it takes those new jobs that it created.
Yeah, but it's like right now, some people are like, "Oh shit, they're gonna lay off people," but you still need like a human intuition to run that software. So it just makes everything a lot of time consuming tasks for coders, bro. Like I don't know coding, but I guess coding, a lot of it just writing the same fucking shit over. So it could write code for you. Yeah. Like if you just tell it like do the initial part, like hey, finish the sequence. I'm trying to do this thing. It'll write the code for you, and you just copy and paste it into the software, and they save like hours of work.
Bro, what's crazy is you went to Jefferson, right?
Yeah.
So I went to Indio Middle. I took robotics and actually like coded and like made like stuff. I can't do it now, but then it's just bullshit like how much easier like school got, because then when I went to high school, I took computer studies and like learned how to create my own website, coded all on there, and then like by the time I graduated, they're like, oh, it's not a requirement anymore.
What? That's
yeah. So I'm just saying that to think like now it's so crazy how you could just tell an AI to code for you.
Yeah,
like,
it's getting to that point.
It's getting to that point, and like, what does that mean for like actual coders, like actual human people?
They're not gonna
be insignificant, are they?
They're gonna be more efficient
because
it's gonna save them time to do the tasks that they need to do. So I had a friend, he's into coding. Like I don't know shit about coding, but what he tells me is like he works for a company where it's almost like every day when you clock in, I don't know how they do it, but it'll be like, oh, these problems need to be solved. And you, based on your level of expertise, you take that one. So today I got to fix this problem with this website, is whatever. And then you just start doing the coding shit, fixing that problem. You send it in, then you get another task. And if like that task is too big for you, there's like a chat of coders be like, hey, I can't finish. I don't know how to do this. Some other coders that's more experienced be like, oh, I'll take it from you. So he says a super cool community of like people just solving problems all day. Like that's what they do, at least in the company he works for. And like the money's crazy and it's all remote work. And then like they have like seminars where they fly them out to like fucking Atlanta, and there was like fucking hundreds of people, and it's all paid for and fucking this and that. And
that's so crazy.
Like it's like a crazy lifestyle. So he'll be able to do more tasks faster. Be like, oh, I need to solve this problem, but you still need a human to tell the computer what to do.
Tell the computer what to do.
So that's still, but now it saves you time and you could get more done. And I don't know, maybe you run your own business and maximize and efficient everything.
So like basically this ChatGPT or like whatever the next AI is going to be called is basically like your assistant.
Yeah,
like
just
help
assistant.
You.
So it's an assistant to help you save time. So I think that's super cool. I've been like dabbling into it. I still don't really know how to use it.
My homie was saying, I guess like the website crashed because so many people were using it. I think like the other day or something.
Yeah, so it's one of the fastest growing websites. I think in like 5 days or something, it got like 1 billion users within like a fucking.
That's crazy.
Like just like that. Like it took Facebook like 10 years to get that much, and it took Instagram like 5 years, and it took I don't know, like Snapchat like I don't know how many months. So like every new thing is just like we're getting the word out faster. Boom, and then TikTok and everything. Everyone's talking.
That's just the growth of the internet, I think, as well. Like that's just a testament to that. Like news flies around so much faster now in this day and age. It's just, you know.
I think there's still so much room to grow, because we always think like where we're here, like in the U.S., but like other countries, and they're still a little behind. You know, they don't have not everyone has a smartphone. Like in the U.S., even homeless people have smartphones now.
Yeah.
But like in other countries and shit.
But it's very different. Poverty is very different across the world. Like we forget, like I always say it's like I forget that the rest of the United States is in California. And then, like, if you think about it in a grander scale, like, the rest of the world isn't the United States. Like, it's so much bigger, and, like, there's problems that, your day-to-day life, you don't know about somebody else's day-to-day. Yeah. Like, isn't it China, like, they're not allowed to use the internet? Or it's, like, a very restricted internet?
Yeah, they're super restricted. So, I don't know how it works. But, yeah, the government only gives them, or it bans all kinds of websites, and you can do search terms of certain things. Like, a lot of American influence they try to like limit, so they don't have Facebook, they don't have none of that. They have their own versions of everything.
We're literally the first world problems, like it's this shit we complain about.
Like fuck these headphones and these fucking things, but like there's people that have to walk miles to get drinking water and shit. And it's like you forget about that. Like we're still human, we're still fucking apes.
Yeah, like. I mean, you do forget, like, not to minimize your own problems. Like, everything's relatable. Like, it's all in your perspective, but it's healthy to have, like, a healthy perspective of, like, if this is my problem, then I should be thankful that this is my problem. Not to minimize it, like, it's not a problem at all. It's just, like, not to exaggerate in such a sense of, like, say, like, this microphone went out, like, it's not the end of the world, bro. Like, there's somebody that doesn't even have fucking electricity.
Exactly.
So, like, it's a problem. You could fix it, but just have perspective.
Yeah, we lose that perspective. And you put, like, this internal pressure because everything is fake. Like, the world is fake. Like,
we're all in a simulation. I believe it.
You think so?
I think so, dude. Like, the way my brain works, like, honest to God, I feel like it's a simulation because, like, I'll be thinking shit and, yeah, it's manifesting, but, like, I'll be thinking about, like, say I'm thinking about somebody and then, like, they hit me up. I'm like, fuck. Or,
that happens, yeah.
It happens a lot to me, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I need to stop. Or, like, I'll think about, like, oh, like, I want to link up with this person, just to, like, expand my network and just, like, who I know and stuff. And then, like, all of a sudden, like the next week, we're hanging out. And it's just, like, just little small incremental things. Like, I'll just be like, fuck, I thought about this is stuff I used to think about, and now I'm doing it. And it's your mind shapes like your reality. Like if you think positive, everything will be positive. If you think negative, everything will be negative. And if you're constantly thinking, it's a mix of like manifesting and actually putting the work in, and it's alchemy. You'll get there eventually. Like all those stuff will happen.
Yeah, I do believe there's some kind of energy now. It's crazy because I used to be like atheist, like super atheist, like back in like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah, it was hard to be around you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that you recognize that.
It's like, yeah, I've been going to church every Sunday now and fucking donating half my paycheck.
Don't do that either.
Oh shit, Joe Osteen. Yeah. What do you mean? I shouldn't follow him?
You shouldn't follow him. But
he just bought a second plane so he could preach to more people faster, bro.
No, I get it. It's the oldest business.
It's how can I make Desert Underground a church? That's my next goal right there.
So you could avoid taxes.
No, so I could enlighten people.
And you enlighten people, like, bro, I cringe when I hear
musical awakenings.
Yeah, like I cringe like when they show clips of like pastors saying like God's telling me there's a 20 out there, like just or God wants me to have this jet. It's like, bro, like, and you're just putting it in front of these people's faces,
and they don't fucking think about it, bro. Like,
yeah.
Well, I saw one that was saying because he was saying. The reason he buys the jet is that he could go to another place and preach so that more people God could reach more people or some shit. They're like, oh, that's true. Let me give this fool money.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He needs money for that jet fuel. All right.
Yeah, that jet. Yeah, bro. It's not to go down the religion rabbit hole, but I agree with you. Like, I used to be super atheist as well. I would say like I'm more agnostic.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, like I know there's something out there. I just don't.
I don't follow religion, but fuck, bro. Like, there's something. There's energy in the world, bro. and you channel that energy. So you're
Mm-hmm.
saying you're manifesting in
Mm-hmm.
action. You think about certain things and like, yeah, I,
Yeah, no, I'll pick up what you're saying. Like, it's one of those things. Like, you have to believe that there's something out there. I just don't subscribe to like labeling it because you don't know. And it's when you look at religion, and I believe religion is a beautiful thing. It's just I don't believe in the practice of religion. Like, I believe once I believe human beings are flawed, and greed comes into play. You know, all on their own personal agendas. It's all basically a game of telephone at that point. But in the bare essence of what religion's supposed to be and like what it's supposed to teach you, like how basic, what is the Bible basic instructions before leaving Earth, like just to be a good person, how to treat people, like
yeah, like
you
don't
know,
steal, don't murder your
yeah. I
neighbors,
mean,
don't
I don't
fucking.
feel like you need to tell people that, but still, like
Hey, sometimes these
sometimes you
we're still
do.
apes. So
Yeah.
like, well, when I was trying to say everything's fake, not like we're in a simulation, but
Mm,
we're literally just like apes. Like we should be like our biggest concern is getting food, water, and shelter. Like
yeah.
that's the human basics. Like if we go back into Walking Dead, every
Hmm.
fucking zombie apocalypse,
Yeah.
the only thing that matters is the survival of your family and your
Hmm.
inner tribe, and everything about that's like that's what matters.
Hmm.
Fucking what car you drive and your
Yeah.
house and
All
all that
the
shit. If the world's
materialistic
going
shit.
to shit, like you don't care about any of that. You only think
Hmm.
about your family. So that's
Yeah.
like we're still there. Like we're still just apes. And then of course technology and society and this now we have all these stresses that we don't need. Like
Hmm.
fuck, I need to fucking hit this deadline or I'm gonna be
Hmm.
super stressed. But then you like take a step back and it's like nah, like just
It's not that
yeah,
serious.
it's not that serious. Not the end of the world. You miss this exact thing. So
Yeah, like it's one of the things I tell myself, like when I'm stressing like that, it'd be like, dude, you're literally just on a floating rock in space. It's not that serious. Like,
floating rock in
yeah,
space.
it's not at the end of the day, bro.
Well,
It's
that's
not
if
that
you believe
serious.
it's a floating rock in space.
Oh,
But
that's another thing too. But it's just like to help like center myself, like,
yeah,
bro, like it's not the end of the world. Like, I used to be that person that's like, oh, I'm always running late, but like trying to rush to get there. And it's like, are you really even like making up for lost time? Like, what if you get in an accident right now? What if you got in an accident and something happened to the other person and you just ruined so many other people's lives just because you were being selfish of, I need to be there at this time, fuck what everybody else is doing. And just to like be more of like, oh, like I guess human thought of like being courteous to other people. Like, you're
back
late, you're
when I
late.
was going to COD, I don't know, when I was 19 or 20, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was running late for fucking a morning class. Like my class
Uh-huh.
was like a 7:30 or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I was already super late and I was speeding, and then I ended up getting a ticket, so I was
Mm-hmm.
already late. And then I fucking didn't even go to class at all because I fucking got a ticket and I had to pay like 200 something bucks.
Yeah.
So like, I was already late. I should have just drove
Yeah.
the speed limit and got there when I got there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the teacher's already gonna be mad or whatever. You're already fucking 20 minutes late.
It ain't
So
gonna make a difference if you're 5 minutes late, 15 minutes late, you're late.
yeah.
You're late. If your sole intention is to be there, you're gonna be there eventually. It's not,
One time I got bailed out. We had a final, bro,
mm,
and I was on the freeway, and literally there was an accident. The freeway was stopped.
yeah.
So like 30 minutes before the class started, I took a picture and I sent it to the professor. I emailed it to
Yeah.
her. I just took it. I'm like, we were literally on the freeway, just stopped, and then she's like, "Oh shit!" And then the next time she even showed the class, and she's like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Angel texted me a fucking picture.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes shit happens, but like just
Mm-hmm.
whatever this and that." And then I was able to like take it like at a
Mm-hmm.
different time, but yeah, just fucking go with the flow. And so Darren
Yeah.
yesterday gave me a fucking badass life advice. He's like,
Okay.
8 out of 10 decisions that you make, just make them a good,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll live a good life. Like,
Mm-hmm.
am I gonna eat this bad food or this good food? Make 8 out of 10 decisions good. Am I gonna
Mm-hmm.
go out at night and risk do this? Like, just make 8 good decisions, and just over time,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna live a better life because you're always making the right choice. And shit, I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? That shit blew my mind.
Yeah. That's a yeah. I mean, if you're living a good life, 80% of it, yeah, you're a good person, bro. Like, it's eventually everything comes around. Being a good person, I believe in karma. And eventually that energy comes back to you. And if every day you're like making the right decision and trusting your gut with it and not, being negative, eventually it's gonna pay off.
Yeah, man, I used to be. It's hard because I get into my head sometimes, or like the stresses,
Mm-hmm.
and then sometimes I'm super cool, like fucking. I don't give a fuck. Like you're floating in a rock in space, the
Yeah.
palms, like whatever. But then sometimes the stresses get to me. I'm like, fuck this and that, and then I have to kind of like detach myself to try and get back into that mindset of like, what can you do to fix that problem anyway? You already there's the problems here. You can't fucking cry about the problem.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what's the next step to get out of this situation? All right, I got to do this and then do this and do this.
Yeah.
And eventually you get out of it. So
It's healthy to detach yourself from it. I mean, I believe you already have a problem, find the solution. Don't make more problems out of a problem. Like that's what it is. And, you know, detach yourself, take the step back to get like the whole view of it, and then find your plan of attack. Like allow yourself that 5 to 10 minutes to like kind of decompress and let it go, and then start solving. Because I mean, say, you know, something were to happen and you make 5 more problems out of one problem, and then now you're just keep digging a hole.
that's what like the whole 2020 felt like. It was just like, boom, this negative thing, and then this negative thing, and then this negative thing. Like the whole world was just fucking like, it was like a zombie apocalypse thing. And like, it was just like, what the fuck?
It was like one of the weirdest times to live in. And like, you're just like, you don't know what to do, because like every day you're getting new information. You don't know if to trust information, or you have certain people saying this, and you always have people like going against whatever's going on. And then, I mean, everybody's just getting drunk every day, staying at home.
I know, bro. Like the first month.
Yeah.
Because like nobody could go to work. We were just playing Call of Duty, drinking margaritas every day. And
yeah, we just lived the unemployed life for like 2 years.
that shit was dope, actually. And I kind of missed the first month of the pandemic, like just staying home,
Yeah.
just doing nothing and shit. Like it was cool, but then it just started like everybody started building up, and then the riots started when that shit happened. Like everyone just let it out during the riots. Like fuck it, let's just fucking go out and like for those whole, I don't know how long the riots lasted, but everyone fucking like fuck COVID. Everyone was all together again, and like everyone wants to find a tribe, and it was hard because the whole world just shut down for a whole fucking year, bro.
Yeah.
Like, insane.
It's gonna be like when I have kids and they bring their textbooks home, and like they see like the riots that took place in Seattle, and everyone's wearing masks, and like they're still rioting though, and I'm like, that's the one of the weirdest times. Like it was like, how do you even describe that? Like, you know, how there's vaccines eventually coming out, nobody's going to work, there's still some people working, and we value them, but their jobs really don't value them. And like it's just like, you know, then you have more the riots, Black Lives Matter movement. It's just so many moving pieces. You had Trump, you had is it January 8th or whatever, like when they rushed the Capitol. And like just in that time span, like if when we look back in 5 years, bro, it's like what the fuck were we on from 2020 to 2020, like the end of 2022?
So that's probably like a reset in the simulation or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that it was like a gap. Like those 2 years were just like a gap. Like it was 2019, and then they're like a blur. Like the 2 years, I kind of remember, but also like I don't know if my own brain is like, nah, don't even think about those years. Like just worry about fucking what's happening now. So last year was crazy. Like I feel like last year was just everything just happened because it was the first year everything was back to kind of normal, kind of open.
Some normalcy.
And yeah, last year was just like so fast. I don't know, even faster with like technology, TikTok, and everything, bro.
Yeah, 2022 flew by because, like you said, everybody could finally go out, go to you know, travel, go to events, go here, go there, and kind of like not be worried. There's always gonna be some people that still like wore masks and stuff, and like, you know, still social distance. But I mean,
there's still people to this day, but I mean, I don't judge people anymore. Like whatever.
It doesn't bother me, bro.
If they're making their own choice, that's cool. Like I hang out with people that that they do that shit. I'm like, cool.
One thing I will say though that I do miss about COVID is the fucking social distancing, like in line, staying 6 feet away.
That still kind of happens.
Still kind of, but then there's some people that are right on your ass, and I guess like I look like, bro, get away from me. Like,
well, they're
the
probably
whole
on
pandemic
you for different reasons, bro.
But still, it's like, bro, still like, if I could hear you texting, step back. Like, why are you this close to me? Like the whole pandemic showed us we could be 6 feet away from each other. Guessing what 6 feet is, but you don't need to be that close to me.
And it kind of like, a lot of the pandemic rules make sense too.
Yeah.
Like if you're sick, fucking stay home or wear a mask the whole time. Like stay away from people.
Yeah.
Fucking never take off your mask.
It showed how dirty some people are. Like, were you guys not showering like twice a day? Were you guys not like washing your hands and singing happy birthday as you do it? Like what were you guys doing this entire time? Like that's how we got here, is just everybody just not being careless. And yeah, bro, I miss that. I miss staying home.
I miss staying home.
I miss staying home, but I'm glad like to be out and like the life that we're living.
Yeah, no, it's a good not. Yeah, it's a good experience. We learn a lot about ourselves, about the world, people around you, and it sucks. Like there was a lot of people that didn't make it during those times too,
Yeah.
and just everything just changed. But you know, it's part of life, I guess. Part of the simulation.
Part of the simulation. I mean, we can't control that part.
22 year 22, 2022 or 2023. I don't even
Yeah.
know what year we're in. Fucking the glitch is hard right now.
Bro, I still fuck up like sometimes.
Wait, when did we do that music video, bro? Because I was telling that fool right now because before you pulled up, there was another fool that was here, Valley Talk Radio, Josh.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I shot the music video here because I was still like, I'm gonna have to do a podcast with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I did it. My first music video I ever did was right here with you.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, that was here. I was trying to see where you guys did it. But when was that? Was that 2020 or 2019? I don't remember.
It was 2020.
But that was before the pandemic.
It was during the pandemic.
Oh, it was. Oh,
Yeah, because I dropped my first song.
It was like February. No.
My first song I dropped January 1st, 2020. And then I don't think we dropped that video until like in February, like March. And like I remember shooting like on, I think it was like 54, 55. Yeah. And like the streets just being empty. And we were talking about the like, or it actually might have been
right before it got shut down.
Because I remember we were talking afterwards, and you're like, I don't know about this, this COVID-19, Wuhan, and I'm like, bro, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, what do you mean? And it was like the first week of being shut down, and you're like, oh, I don't know, and like, oh, some news reports say we're gonna be in it for like at least a month, 3 weeks, or whatever. And then that's when we shot it, and you're like, okay, well, and then we left. And then from that point on, that's when it was like shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I remember the first time it hit me was like when the NBA shut down. When they're like NBA season canceled like a month before
You're like, that's when it's real to you?
I'm like, oh shit, they're canceling sports?
That's when it was real, when the NBA finals, this season, you're like, no, oh fuck, I guess this thing's serious.
It was the first like sports league that shut down, and then everyone followed right after that. So it was like Wednesday. I remember it was like a Wednesday or Thursday. I was on Twitter, and I know where the official NBA like season has been postponed. I'm like, oh fuck, like they're fuck, because sometimes you hear about like shit happening, and then the big corporations don't shut down because they're making fucking money.
Yeah.
And then once that shit hit, I was like, oh fuck, they're canceled, and this is canceled, and this is canceled. I was like, damn, bro, like for sure. EDC canceled, and all kinds of
everything started canceling, and then Coachella canceled. That's I guess when Coachella announced that they were canceled, that was like when it was like really real. That's when it was like, oh, we're gonna be in this for a while, because it was in February. And then March, and I'm like, I don't know if
they hadn't canceled.
They hadn't canceled. They waited till like the mid-March.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, maybe. And then when they canceled, I was like, oh, we're gonna be in this for a while.
And then they moved it to October. Like, we'll be good by October.
Yeah. When they moved to October, I was like, oh, okay, they must know something we don't. And then when they canceled that, and then they waited to the last moment to cancel that one too.
Yeah, and then 2021 got canceled too. They canceled that one. I thought that we were gonna get it in 2021, but they didn't even try to move it to October. They just like fuck it.
They just said fuck it.
2 years gone, but nah, it's cool. The new lineup. What do you think of the new lineup?
I like it, man. It happens every year. You have people that love it and people that hate it, and then those people that hate it still go. And the people that loved it are even more ecstatic when they're there. I feel like they hit every demographic. I feel like it's diverse enough with the hip hop, EDM, the indie music, I wouldn't say oddball stuff, but like stuff that I guess you wouldn't normally see at festivals there as well. So like they're checking all the boxes. It's just you can't make everybody happy.
Yeah, it's 150 plus artists, And now it's a global. The biggest global festival, so you get artists from all over the world. There's like Mura Musa or something like that. I don't know his name, but he's like some Nigerian rappers.
Yeah.
You got Blackpink from South Korea.
Bro, I love Blackpink.
Blackpink is bad, bro.
I saw them.
People are like, they don't even. Oh, that's not for me. But I'm like, have you guys even seen their songs? Are fucking catchy. They're gonna be putting on a good show. The only problem is, I hope they don't do the hologram. One of the hologram shows might be at the same time at the Sahara, I'm guessing.
Oh.
And I'd rather see the hologram show.
Yeah. I saw them, I think it was 2019. I saw them, and they were in the Sahara tent, or one of those tents.
Sahara, yeah.
And they put on a hell of a show, dude. Those K-pop bands,
yeah, bro.
They are on their shit.
Yeah, like, I don't even know what they're rapping about, but that shit sounds crazy, bro. I'm like, I felt that, but I don't know what the fuck she said.
I remember when the lineup came out, my sister was like, you need to listen to Blackpink. And then I listened to, like, I think their #1 song, and I was like, oh, this shit goes hard. And
Yeah,
then seeing it live.
The reason I fucking shout out to the Blackpink fans actually,
Yeah.
because that's the reason I listened to it, because I made like a lineup reaction to the lineup or whatever, and like I got like 1,000 comments, and I swear like 700 comments were all Blackpink fans. Like, check out Blackpink, check out Blackpink, check out and like so many comments were just coming in. I'm like, okay, let me fucking check it out, you know, like. And then I did a first reaction to that, and then they wanted, like, they're super active on social media, and that's why Coachella's been like tweeting them, you know, like just all this Blackpink to get the free organic reach. They're smart. They're smart.
They're smart.
I use Coachella to get free organic reach.
Yeah, myself, so you're a game recognized game.
Game recognized game. I see you, Coachella.
I see you. Real recognized real. But that K-pop demographic, bro, they ride so hard for the bands and groups that they love, and they're just on point. Like the BTS, Blackpink, and there's other ones that I haven't heard of.
I don't know any others besides them two.
But my homie, he tells me he works in the music industry. He's like, no, this K-pop band, like I went to one of their shows and their fans are insane. Like they all dress up, they scream the lyrics every song. He's like, that demographic, like they ride hard. That's the one demographic you don't want to go against, because RIP to your mentions, RIP to everything, because they ride hard for like their artists.
It's like the Beyonce fans, or like, you know,
very much a cult following.
Yeah, they have a cult following,
and that's a compliment. But yeah,
shout out Blackpink.
Shout out Blackpink. Yeah,
we'll watch.
I'll catch half the set.
Did you see the Eric Prides or Eric
Prides?
Prides is it? I don't know how to pronounce it, but that shit fucking looks crazy, bro.
Does it? I haven't. Was it like a preview trailer, or what was it?
Oh no, I started watching their stuff on Instagram, like so. I don't know, like, well, at Coachella, it was the first time I ever did shrooms at Coachella this year, 2022, and that's why I got the idea for Desert Underground. Like my mind expanded. Like that's when I started feeling the energy of the world, and and then my niece, she came to the room recently and she's like, "This look like a hippie hangout," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm becoming a fucking hippie." But I don't know. Like I appreciate EDM music more and shit. And like the fucking light shows and everything. I'm like, I understand this shit now.
Yeah.
I guess the older I'm getting, but I feel like I used to more back in the day when the Sahara was all EDM. I used to fucking be there all the time too.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't know like a couple hours of the day. I'm like, I don't know fucking any of these artists. Fuck it, let me go to the fucking Sahara.
It's always when in doubt, go to the Sahara tent. That was like what I lived by for my first few Coachellas. It's like just always go over there. It's gonna be a good time. I feel like with EDM the same way. Like I wasn't the biggest EDM fan, and then like my first Coachella being there. It's like I feel like it's a frequency, it's an energy transfer, like with the music and then the visuals, and it's all tied in. Like you're gonna have a good time. You'd have to go out of your way to have a bad time, or you're having a bad trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it went. I didn't really listen to it. That was around the time when my first Coachella was 2012, but 2011 is like when I started listening to Deadmau5 and like learning how to shuffle. And I never made any videos. I wasn't in a crew, nothing. But like, but just having like an appreciation for it, and like kind of opening my eyes. And then my dad being like, he grew up during the raver period, and he's like, oh, like this is what this is and stuff. So like, I have an appreciation for it. It's crazy to see what the Sahara tent is now from what it used to be, and probably what it used to be even prior to my first Coachella.
Yeah, no, that's it. Right now, it's my favorite stage. I think I spent more time at the Sahara this past Coachella than at the main stage.
It's like the unofficial main stage now.
Yeah, it's a vibe in that bitch. Yeah. Like, unless some people really care about the headliners, they're going to be there, you know, camping for their fucking favorite artists. But fuck, like there's some shows that I've missed that I watch on YouTube. I'm like, fuck, that shit happened at the main stage. I fucked up. Like I should have been there. Like that shit looked incredible. But that's just the FOMO of like, but also I learned over the years is like, just enjoy what you're watching. Like, you might not even know who the fuck, or you might show up early to watch the artist you want to see, but you watch the last 20 minutes of whatever artist is right there. You might not know who they are, but you're like, fucking just enjoy the art, and the people there is their life's work, and they fucking curated this set list to make people have a good time. So fucking enjoy it. And then
enjoy it.
Boom.
They worked, like you said, they put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. They worked hard on it. Just appreciate it. Like, I wasn't the biggest Juice WRLD fan, because he performed right before Kid Cudi. So, and that was my first Coachella doing shrooms. First time doing shrooms at Coachella, and like we went, and I actually left a fan. There's like so many artists I left a fan of that I had never really known or I had heard of, and I did never really give their music a chance.
You might know like one or two songs from that artist, like, oh, I'll check it out. And then like you're like, oh shit, they have all these songs. Like that's crazy.
Bro, I was tripping balls at Juice World.
Yeah.
And like he brought out Future.
Yeah, I was there for Just World too, because I was there for Kid Cudi.
For Kid Cudi.
Yeah. Which weekend you go?
That was weekend 2.
Oh, when he brought out Kanye and shit.
When he brought out Kanye, like they opened up with Kids See Ghosts.
Oh my god, that was like one of my favorite moments ever, bro. And then like there was like a couple next to me. I don't know. I think they were European and shit. They had like this accent. They were just singing like man, it was so cool. And like I teared up like during one of the songs. Like that was one of my favorite sets, bro.
Bro, that stood out to me. Kid Cudi was maybe from here to your closet, from like where we were. Like
you were in the front?
Well, I was in the front. Yeah, we made our way through because we went around the right side.
Yeah, we were on the right side too, but we were against the fence, but on the right side. So we saw Kanye and them like really close when they went this way. I wasn't like in the middle, but I was on the right side too.
We were in the sea of people because we were there for Juice World, and then like you know how like when fans start switching out, you start migrating in. It was just like a sea of bodies, bro. Arthur and I got separated, and we're like, fuck, there's no way we're gonna find anybody. It's just a pile of meat here. And eventually, like, found him, like, right when Kids See Go, like, right when they came out, Arturo, like, through a sea of people, like, popped his head out. And, like, right when, like, fuck, perfect timing. But then, like, that was one of my favorite ones because when he did Soundtrack to My Life, and, like, I'm there with my best friends from high school when this album came out. Like, such a nostalgic moment, bro. And you're on mushrooms. And it's just like everything feels way better.
Dope, yeah.
Yeah.
So that this year, my favorite set of the whole weekend was Big Sean.
Really?
And I was the same. I was fucking in the front, bro. I was like, not like in the fence, but maybe 10, 15 feet from like the railing. And I actually had an artist bracelet, and I left the artist side to go into the crowd because the artist side sucked. I was there for fuck. Who was I watching? I don't remember, but like the people there suck, bro. Like it's just like rich fucking people that bought the one that you buy for like $20,000 and shit, and you stay at the festival, and then they give you like artist passes, or you're a family member of the artist or whatever.
Guest pass.
Yeah, it was just I enjoy the guest pass throughout, but I was like, nah, I have to be with the people where like people are gonna be singing around me, or people are gonna be having fun. So I went in there for Baby Keem. I was actually in the back for Baby Keem, and then out of nowhere, fucking a mosh pit opened up next to me, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was wearing a tejana, like a hat, because it was the same day that Grupo Firme performed.
Yeah.
And then I got into the mosh pit, and then I ran into this dude that I played football with him at COD.
Okay.
And then we look at each other in the mosh, like, what the fuck? And then like it was such a cool moment. And we just moshing. I was on shrooms too, and that shit was crazy. And then my hat got trampled in the mosh pit. Oh, yeah. Like a $200 hat fucking destroyed. And then after Baby Keem, then he brought out Kendrick, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? That shit was crazy. And then made my way after Baby Keem to the front to go watch Big Sean. I made all the way right in the center, you know, where there's like where all the wires go, and there's like a little raised up platform. So that's my low key favorite spot because it elevates you like, you know, an inch or two off the ground, so you're able to see better.
You're able to see.
So I was like direct sightline to where Big Sean performed. So the lighting was crazy this year. So I was able to see like there was like crazy depth of field, and like I was tripping the whole time. And then of course Big Sean just played nothing but like hits from like that era too, like 2010.
I forgot who I was watching during that set, but I heard afterwards like he killed it. I don't know. I can't really remember.
I don't like Mercy, fucking the Wolf song, and fucking he brought Jenny Aiko, he brought out Mike Posner, and he's like, me and Mike Posner fucking 10 years ago or 15 years ago, we used to be in my mom's basement making beats and shit. And
I watched that YouTube. I watched that
little.
They
hug and shit, and then they play Cooler. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I watched that little YouTube video of like the history of Mike Posner and Big Sean. And I didn't. Oh, you hadn't seen it? No. It basically just goes into detail and like shows footage of them working during that time period, like Big Sean, where he had the snapback and all the chains. And then I think this was before Cooler Than Me came out, or Cooler Than Me had just came out. But Big Sean was, he had just dropped the Lemonade freestyle, and like he was ascending and just got discovered by Kanye, Lemonade freestyle and all that. So it's just cool to see like, I guess the full circle moment.
Yeah, of them on stage at Coachella. I hadn't seen that, but like they talk about it on stage. He's like, yeah, me and this dude, we one of my best friends, this and that, and they played together, and like that shit was fucking hard. And then his girl came out, and he sang the one song from, I forgot the song, but yeah, it was just such a sick moment, bro. Yeah. And like fuck, it was just such an amazing moment. And then from there, I think I went to see Harry Styles, because Harry Styles was, a lot of people left Harry Styles after Baby Keem, so I moved front.
Oh, that's where I was at.
Oh,
I was at Harry Styles.
So then I went to see Harry Styles and had such a fun time.
Bro, he's such a good performer.
That shit was so good. It was so fun. Like, just fun.
Bruh.
Like, fun. Like, literally just fun. Like,
Yeah.
fun music, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? This is crazy.
I wasn't a fan.
Me neither.
Before I was not a fan. And then watching him was just like a 2-hour fucking aerobic exercise for him, bro. Like running up the stairs, down the stairs, sprinting, and like I was like, this dude is on like the finest of coke. Like there ain't no way he has this much energy, and he's just a great performer, dude. Like I walked away like impressed, and he made me a fan. Like not that he needed to, but just like I walked away a fan and appreciated.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Let me give his music a try. And like I love his music. Like there's obviously songs I don't like when he played that Boyfriend song, I fucking tuned out. I was like, bro, nobody wants to hear this song. But everything else, like he made me a fan. He played like just how he did it. He brought out Lizzo, and I was like, they actually like it was a good fucking show.
It was a good show, bro. And I don't I kind of don't really listen to his music like that. I maybe like a couple songs, but
Yeah.
just I appreciate the live performance. And it's like right now Harry Styles is coming to Acrisure Arena, but I don't even know how many tickets are gonna cost. And I'm never gonna pay $500 to go see him. But he's at Coachella. I'll check it out. The same thing that happened with Ariana Grande. Like she's badass. I probably wouldn't pay $500 to go see her because her fucking fans are crazy too.
Yeah.
But she's at Coachella. Fucking let me watch her set. Or Lady Gaga. I would go to a Lady Gaga concert. She's fucking bad. But
I feel like she would put on a fucking insane
dude, she had
show.
a show in Vegas, a residency. Like I think it was like a couple months.
Okay.
She had like regular show and then a piano fucking like acoustic show or something like that. Like, and it was with some I don't know the name. It's like some legendary like old school like singer.
Okay.
And they were doing like an intimate like piano performance show, and I was like, fuck, I kind of want to go see that. Like, just go to Vegas and watch the show. But hopefully she does more of that. She's a great performer. But yeah, like I wouldn't go see Lady Gaga, but then Coachella or all these artists. You know, you get these experiences like Beyonce, fucking doing some crazy shit she's never done that you only get to see it at Coachella.
Yeah.
And that's what like people don't get. Like, oh, it's overpriced, or oh, the artists suck, or the artists have gone downhill. I'm like, you guys are fucking dumb, bro. Like, it's only getting better, and the production is getting better.
Yeah. People like we said, people will always find something to complain about. You can't make everybody happy, but like the experience alone that you get what you put into Coachella. Like if you go in with the intentions to have a great time, not to go get your, I mean, I go to get my fits off, but like I know, like I know what I'm doing. Like I know, okay, put Dr. Scholl's in the boots. It's gonna be a long fucking day. You already know what you're in for, and you're here to have a good time, no matter what you do, and you're gonna have a great time. Like maybe find better people to go with, or maybe don't go with anybody and just you go by yourself. Like my homie Alec went by himself one year, and he had a great time because he saw exactly who he wanted to see. He was on his own time. If he was hungry, he went to go get food. He didn't have to ask anybody. He didn't say like, hey, should we get food? Like he just did what he wanted to do. So maybe, you know, change up how you do Coachella. Like it's an investment, but those are memories. Like every Coachella I've gone to, like I have memories from each one, that even the times I've snuck in to Coachella and it was free. Like it's fucking insane. Like those are memories that'll last me the rest of my life, and I will tell my kids about it, grandkids about it. Like I was there in the artist area for the fucking Tupac hologram. I was there like for so much shit that other people weren't. Like you heard about it, I was there. And it's like it's true, like when people say like, oh, well, I saw it on TV. It's like, but you weren't there and experienced the chills going down everybody's spine when Tupac said, "What the fuck up? What the fuck is up, Coachella?"
Everyone's like, "What?"
Yeah, and everybody like
the pause. It was shocked. No one even cheered because everyone's like, "Wait, what's going on?"
It was one of those things of like, did he just say that? And then everybody cheered. Like it was like that moment of like everybody collectively was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And it's like stuff like,
"What's up, Snoop?"
Yeah, like I'm getting chills thinking about it because it brings me back to that moment. And if you weren't there, then you don't understand.
Bro, there was me. I watched it with my brother. Me and my brother were there.
Yeah.
And then there was a dude next to us, some older dude, and he's like, "Oh, who was it? Like 1979?"
No, it was at the drive-in.
At the drive-in right before.
Yeah,
they were
before.
kind of ass.
Well, it's if you're there, like that's the thing too. Like if you're there,
didn't like that.
It's a very different genre of music.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're there to see Dr. Dre, and I mean not to say like you can't appreciate at
Yeah,
the
but
drive-in.
that was me when I was like 18, 19 years old.
Yeah,
So I
you're
didn't
like,
appreciate it.
yeah,
Now
nobody
I
wants
feel like I would appreciate it more. It was just
Yeah.
me being ignorant. But as soon as they ended, because we were right there,
Mm.
I don't even remember we were standing, but I remember we were kind of close to a speaker.
Uh-huh.
And then as soon as at the drive-in ended, I'm like, oh, cool. Like, they're about to start. This old dude, he's like, oh, well, I'm about to head out, beat traffic, this and that. And then I told him, oh, it's because someone leaked it on Twitter that hologram
Yeah,
Tupac
yeah.
was coming. I told him they're gonna bring out a hologram. It's gonna be crazy. Like, yeah, but it's not my kind of music. I'm just gonna take off so I could beat traffic. I gotta drive this and that. And I'm like, this dude just missed like one of the
moment
most
in
like
history.
a moment in history, a fucking hologram because he's fucking trying to beat traffic.
Trying
I'm
to
like,
beat
this
traffic.
fucking guy.
And it's like, you invested money into this. Why would you leave? Like,
You're already there, bro. Just wait a couple more hours.
yeah, traffic's gonna suck anyway. You're trying to beat traffic, but I mean, you paid for this. Like, get your money's worth. I mean, I get it. It's all relative.
Yeah.
Like, if it's whatever to this person, there's some people that they don't even go the first day. They go the second day.
There's people that only go like Sundays, bro. Or there's people that I remember one year I went weekend one, I didn't go weekend two. I think it was like 2018. And we went to get In and Out.
Uh-huh.
And it was like Sunday, maybe 8 p.m. And there's people with like Coachella bracelets and shit just eating In and Out, chilling. I'm like, wait, Beyonce's about to go on right now, like in fucking 30 minutes. And these was like probably just like leaving
Left.
after this. Like, they don't give a fuck. I'm like, there's people that just fucking take it like that, bro.
They do. I was dead as fuck for Beyonce's show.
Me too.
I was just standing. I was zombied out, bro. 2 days of raging, and we're the third day of a bender, and I'm like, she's blowing my mind, but like I can't physically.
Yeah, to be honest,
this.
I feel like I enjoyed it, but I feel like I was, I don't feel like I enjoyed it.
Not to like your full potential
Yeah.
of what you could have. Like, that's what it sucks. Is like, if you're gonna have a high energy performer like that, like, I mean, I would
I think
much
she
rather.
was Saturday, no?
I thought she closed it out.
No, she wasn't Saturday.
Oh.
Eminem closed it out on Sunday.
Oh, well, either way, I remember being fucking exhausted.
For Eminem, I was on the right side of the stage, like close to the front, and there was a fucking those like sign language people. So when Eminem was rapping fast as fuck, this fool's fucking throwing up gang signs the whole time. I mean, like a whole group around us, like everyone was cheering for this fool because, or I don't know, if it was a lady or a guy, I don't remember, but they were going. Imagine just how fast Eminem raps, and this person trying to do sign language to this fucking. I was like,
is anybody fact checking these people? Like,
exactly, bro.
Like trying to keep up with Eminem when he does his double time and triple time.
Yeah,
like,
bro. And I feel like there's a video on Instagram. I'll see if I can send it to you.
Okay.
But I swear, bro, it was one of the best. Like, this motherfucker got down. That performance of this fool going like this for an hour.
He had to probably train for that. He was probably training to Rocky music, like every day, just like getting his fingers, like probably doing finger exercises, getting his hand warmed up. Like, bro, is anybody fucking fact checking them? Like,
that's true, bro. I never thought of that shit.
Yeah.
You just see saying whatever. I don't know, but yeah, that shit was 2018 was a cool year.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Coachella of all time?
2012.
2012.
My first Coachella, and
You never forget your first.
Never do. Apply that to everything in life. But we got guest passes for that year. So like I met celebrities, I'm meeting these artists, I'm backstage in the artist area, and then all the great performances, and like I met, so many people. And my cousin and I, like, I ditched school to go. We were there Friday right when the gates opened, Saturday right when the gates opened, Sunday. Like, we got our, like, in a full experience, 12 hours raging, like, every day. We would sneak back, and, like, it was sponsored by Heineken, so there's, like, nothing but, like, Heineken everywhere in the artist trailer area. So we would get bottles, drink there, and then put them in the bag, go into the actual festival so we could drink in there too, meet up with friends. And it was just, like, a great fucking time, man. And that lineup is one of the best lineups ever.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that was my first Coachella. Like, I could say I was there for all of that shit.
My favorite Coachella was 2011 because it was my first time I went the 3 days.
And I'm jealous because that was Kanye, right?
Yeah, that's when I became a Kanye fan.
Yeah.
Like I was front row for them. I was there with Debo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Derek, you remember? Me and this fool. Because the lineup on Sunday was like Wiz Khalifa, Jack's Mannequin, The Strokes. I forgot who else, and then Kanye. So we're like, hey, let's just fucking stay here. So from Wiz Khalifa from 3 p.m. till the end of Coachella, we were at the main stage the whole fucking time, bro. I was able to grab the railing the whole time, and oh my god, that was the most tired I've ever been in my life. Like, my feet were fucking hurting because Kanye, he performed in 3 acts. So it was Act 1, it was like all his hits. Then Act 2. he changed outfits. I forgot what the act 2 was, and then act 3 was like he started Runaway with the red, the red
and
one.
floated above everybody.
That was the intro. The intro. He came out with
it's the Mercy Me That Mercy Alago. Is it
Can We Get Much Higher?
Yeah.
Darkness, something
Dark Fantasy.
Dark Fantasy, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started off with that one.
Took me a second. It's my favorite album. Took me a second.
Yeah. I know, it's like something with dark.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit was like mind blowing, bro. Just that's the only time I've ever been in the front of the main stage. I've never been in there before. And probably the only time, because that shit was painful, bro. Like, me and Derek, after the shit ended, we just laid down until security kicked us out, because we're like, let's just wait for everybody to leave.
Yeah, might as well.
We were in pain, bro. We're all doing stretches, because we were like, there was that time we were playing football and shit. And I was just like, I don't know, fucking imprint. Like, Kanye imprinted on me, and then I've seen that motherfucker perform like 9 times now ever since then. I probably won't see him again for a while, but you know.
Yeah, I don't think anybody will, but but it's just one of those things, like, you learn to appreciate the time and energy people put into the performance. Like, I feel like as years have gone on and concerts that I've gone to outside of Coachella, like, I appreciate a great performer. Like, I see the value in it. And that's one of the things, like, the Weeknd's talked about it. Like, his first Coachella was 2012. And I remember seeing him, and like he references that Coachella as what changed his mind of like, I gotta stop performing on drugs and being drunk, because I need to put my time and energy into the performance. And like, that's where like I judge artists on their performance. Like, are you just gonna go out there and sing your music, or are you gonna have like some choreography? Is it gonna be like an actual method to what you're doing? Is it just like, I'm just gonna stand here and that's it? So like, when I see artists like Harry Styles, like The Weeknd, like Kanye, like all these other Beyonce, everybody, it's like, bro, it's an art.
Yeah.
It's not just go out there and just fucking say a couple words and let your fans sing the rest.
Like DJ Khaled, that fool was ass, bro.
I knew that was gonna happen.
It was I only watched half of his set, because then I went to watch Hans Zimmer. But like, it was like, he'll play like a badass song, like, of course, like he has nothing but hits.
Yeah.
But he wasn't even DJing. It was just him on a mic, like him doing fucking stand up, and he'll fucking say some stupid shit, and then he'll play a song for like 30 seconds, and they'll cut it off. Like, the song's just getting started, and they're like, all right, blah blah blah, and then another song will go on. 30 seconds, he'll cut it off. I'm like, this is fucking whack. Like, he's not even letting the songs fucking get hype, you know. So, and I watched half the set, and I was like, fuck.
And then you just dip out.
I'm out. And then I went to watch Hans Zimmer, and he was playing fucking the Batman, fucking Christopher Nolan fucking soundtrack. I'm like, this shit's crazy.
We were there. We heard Interstellar.
Yeah.
We heard like a bunch of stuff.
The Interstellar.
That's what I love though about Coachella. Like, because I've been to Rolling Loud in LA, and I'm like, it just makes, when you go to other festivals, it makes you.
2019.
2019.
Did I run into you? I feel like I did.
You might have. I remember. I was on shrooms for that too, but like
that shit was ass too.
It was.
The way the traffic,
the whole layout, and I was gonna say, like, it makes you appreciate Coachella, like actual well-run festivals. Like, this is just, they just chose this venue and they put these stages here. They didn't care about the actual functionality of this and like how traffic would go. Suicide Boys fucking killed it though. I walked away an even bigger Suicide Boys fan, like watching them at Rolling Loud, and then saw Rocky. But it's like, do I want to go to a festival that just plays hip-hop music, or do I want to go to a festival that's diverse and brings so many different types of genres of music into it? You could listen to folk artists if you wanted to at Coachella.
There's nothing wrong with the one genre festival, but mix is the best, bro.
Yeah.
And I've been to other festivals too. The Nightmare one was like 2015 or 2014. I went to Hard Summer. It was so unorganized and shit.
Yeah.
Like, there was like a mob that rushed like to get in. In the beginning, we were walking in and we just hear, "Code Red, Code Red, Code Red." I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We're about to get shot up and shit. And then I look around and there's like a fucking shitload of kids. And then all the security trying to like tackle people, but like half of the people got through. And then like, it was fucked up because there was one dude that was trying to rush in, but he was like, I don't know if he was on crutches or he was like, or he rolled his ankle and shit. Yeah. And security literally like just went up to him, and everyone else was running around him. I'm like, really, you target this fool? Like,
I would have just let him go.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, just go. I ain't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah, that's what I literally was gonna say. Like, you value your job that much?
Yeah.
To stop this dude?
Is their moment to shine?
Are you an ableist? Like, just let him go at that point.
Yeah, they're just unorganized.
I don't think festivals should ever be on asphalt.
Oh my god, bro.
Didn't you go to Besame Mucho and it was on asphalt?
Yeah, fucking 10, 12 hours in that bitch.
Yeah.
I walked like 7 miles, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was at the parking lot for Dodger Stadium. Now the venue was dope. When you look back and you see that skyline, the LA skyline, that shit was fucking hard. Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, that was cool. But nah, that shit was unorganized. The speaker system sucked ass. On like one of the artists, like, you couldn't hear her instruments. Like, she had an
Damn.
accordion, you couldn't hear
Yeah.
it, and then her mic, you couldn't hear it. And then another artist, the audio sucked so bad he stopped singing, and he was just ranting. He's like, "I never been to a festival this disorganized. This shit's fucking trash."
Yeah.
Like, it was that bad, bro. But like, certain parts were really good. Like, I don't want to say the whole thing was bad. Like, there were some things that could have improved.
Yeah.
But if you were in the front, you got good audio. But if you were to the side, it was terrible audio. So it's just like, there's just inconsistencies, you know.
Yeah.
Certain artists' instruments work, certain ones didn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what you appreciate Coachella, because their shit's always on point, bro. It's like
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. And the production this year was insane.
Yeah, the one good thing that came out of, well, not the one good thing, that Rolling Loud, seeing Suicide Boys and like certain artists. I saw Young Thug, but like I did Mushrooms, and like just like how you thought of Desert Underground at Coachella, like that's when I told myself like I that's when I realized like I could do music. Was in 2019 at Rolling Loud. Like I had already been recording music, but I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And then being on mushrooms, and then just it kind of brings you down to like a human level, and
Yeah,
realizing like that's
everyone's-
just a person.
We're just apes, exactly.
Yeah, like that's
bro.
just a person there.
That happened to me at Besame Mucho right
Yeah.
now. Like, I was watching it, and I'm like, I was just there, and I was by myself because I lost my friend group. For like 2 hours, I was by myself, just walking around.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what the fuck? I was just starting looking at everybody. I'm like, we're all just fucking apes, bro.
Yeah.
Then I was watching this one artist, and he was going like this, like one of the band members, to
yeah.
get everyone to clap. He was going
Yeah.
like hitting his forearm. I'm like, this fucking apes are going like this, and these other apes are over here
Yeah.
clapping. I'm like,
just
what
monkey
the-
see, monkey do.
Yeah, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
That's exactly what it is. It's like you are just as capable as that person. If that person just put time, effort, and hard work into it, and there's luck involved, but it's just you can do it. You're capable if you put your mind to it. That's why I say it's a simulation, because once you set your mind to something and you stick with it and you believe in yourself, that's when things start happening. So when I was there, that's when I made that realization. I'm like, and I remember looking at Arturo, and he looked at me too, because he had already been hearing like my unreleased stuff, and he was like, I think you're better than this person up there. Like you could be up there at any point. And I was like, I was just thinking that like.
So I had this. The reason I started off Desert Underground, well, one is because I was like, I went to the Coachella. There was like a local event. It was like local rappers and stuff, and it was so much fun. Like I had never seen that many people show up for a local show. I was like, what the fuck? Like people came to support all these rappers, and then I was like watching like Baby Keem and Big Sean and this and Brockhampton, and I'm like, the production is so fucking hard. The sound is so good. If I just put whatever artist with the same amount of production and just give them a good set, they're fucking gonna kill. Like I'm like, oh shit, like you could do this type of shit. So that's why when I made Desert Underground, if I have a sick ass production stage, it's gonna be a sick ass show, and that was kind of like my thesis behind it, because I did see like anybody could do it, but again, time, effort, like actually invest resources. And that's how, like, some of these artists, I don't know if they don't believe in themselves or something, but like you have to fucking just go all in. And all the energy you put in is the world's gonna give you the energy back.
Yeah.
I believe in that.
It is 100%. Like, and that's a good thing. Like, that's what I love about what you're doing, because local shows, not to, shit on anything like other venues and stuff, but they don't put the value into the actual production. So it's like, yeah, you have local artists with talent, but then you're giving them like a fucking microphone from like 2000 and something that's outdated, shitty sound system. You can't even see the person, or they're performing on a wood pallet. It's like, give them a proper stage, give them like an actual, like, treat them as if you're having like an actual like artist that's touring and stuff. Like, put value into people and see what they can do. Like, try to level the playing field a bit. And to speak on like what you were saying about like artists like not believing themselves, like I listened to a Rick Rubin interview, and he said the best thing an artist can do for themselves is believe in themselves. Like, if you don't believe in yourself, then why is the next person gonna believe in you? Like, you have to believe in yourself. You have to be the person that's like, no, this is me, and people will accept it. Like, oh yeah, they'll respect the fact that you believe that much into yourself. Like, they may not like your music, or they may not like how you go about certain things, but they could respect the fact like this dude fucking believes in himself.
Yeah, like, oh shit, he's dropping. Oh shit,
Yeah.
he's dropping again. Oh shit, he keeps going.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's dope. And then it's kind of like the whole first they laugh at you, then they look at you, and then they become a fan or whatever. the fuck
Yeah,
the
then
saying
they
is.
copy.
Yeah, so it's literally that. It's like, and then another thing I realized, I mean, whether it's music or whatever you want to do in your life, since we're all just apes, I was thinking again.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm listening to you,
So-
bro. You're talking my language.
So you bring out the phone.
You're talking my language. I understand.
You bring out the phone, and then we're just scrolling all day on
Yeah.
fucking all these social medias, and like if people see your face all fucking day, there's a fucking Andrew Tate figure that shit out.
Yeah.
Like if people just see your face all fucking day, there's different ways to get attention. But if you're just on people's timelines all day, like you could influence people and people will support you because you're always constantly there. Like
Yeah.
maybe they don't watch whatever you're doing or maybe whatever, but they see you. Oh, cool, he's doing that. Oh, cool, he's
Yeah.
doing that. Oh, cool, he's doing that. And not every video has to be a banger. Like sometimes there's some videos that are like, oh shit, this video is badass. But sometimes it could be a small clip or some behind the scenes of what you're working on. And people become attached to that because they see you so much.
They're invested at that point.
They're invested at that point, even subconsciously. And that's why I've been posting fucking crazy. And then by posting a shitload more, I'm getting more
engagement.
more engagement just because I'm always posting. And I'm like, oh shit, it's just like, oh fuck it, just post. And before I was like, sometimes I would go like a month or two without post. I would post on my story and shit, but like actual posts, I wouldn't really post.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like as long as people just see when I have something to promote or something to get people to go check this out that I did, they'll go support it because they're always like there, you know. And if they don't like it, they already unfollowed already, you know. You post a lot, some people unfollow you, then that's fine. The more you post, more people are discovering you. And now like that's like my mentality now is like just fucking post.
That's like a huge hurdle to overcome, is getting over your own, like how you think people perceive you, because that's one thing that I had to overcome was how how I think people perceive me, and just saying fuck it, like this is me. If they understand, cool. If they don't, cool. And invest in the people that do take the time out of their day, like to hear what you're doing or see what you're doing. And that's one of the things of the hard part about being a creative is because you're so sensitive and attached to your work that putting it out there, it's like it's an extension of yourself. So who are you? Like yesterday at my event, like, yeah, I spent months working on this collection, and then just for somebody to critique it in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, do you know how much time I put into this thing? Do you know like the whole conceptualness of this? Like, and I could tell you, but it's like, so at the end of the day, like it's an internal conflict of like, you could do all this stuff and you have to accept the fact that somebody could be like, and like, why should I care?
Yeah.
Like you just have to keep doing it and fuck with yourself, and people will either meet that level or they won't. Like it's the same thing. Like you shot my first music video, but also if you remember the fucking fashion one that I did too, like the one in 2019, the Chrysalis one where I was modeling.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, like that one too. And then I had to accept the fact of like people are gonna talk shit, people will unfollow, people will follow. It's just at that point you put it into the ether. However they digest it's however they digest it. Like you put your best foot forward. This is what you wanted to do. It's not up to you anymore. And you can't be wrapped up in the results of it. You can't be wrapped up in so much invested into how people receive it, because some people aren't gonna get it.
No, and sometimes it takes time. Like I mean, yesterday you had a good ass turnout, bro. Like so many people there, and I'm like, see, that's badass. Like,
yeah,
that was what 2019. 3 years later, the pandemic with leap years and the simulation, but but like that you're starting to see like, oh shit, I have way more. So imagine 3 years from now, the turnout's gonna be bigger, and then 6 years from now, way bigger. 9 years from now, because I know you're not gonna stop and you're gonna keep doing badass shit. So
thank you.
People see that like, oh shit, and there's some people now that saw your shit in 2019 and they never went even to check out your stuff, and they were there yesterday.
Yeah,
it's just part of the game, bro.
It's a part of it. Like honestly, like it was, you know, a success for me. How I viewed it before the event happened was like, even if, you know, one person shows up and they walk away understanding my brand more, that's a win. Because I felt like it's hard, like to try to translate what you're doing, your universe, your world, the world that I've created with Sinner, with Forbidden Fruit, with Heaven's Demons, like
So for people that don't know
that
who you are,
yeah.
Explain what your brand is. So like if there's new people.
Oh, okay, yeah. I forgot that's why we're here. Basically, Heaven's Demons is a brand that, you know, I feel like you accept who you are. You're not inherently bad and you're not inherently all good. You're a human being. You're an ape. You're
Yeah.
just existing in this world, bro. Like I feel like people get caught up in labels and labeling like, oh, they're a good person, they're a bad person, or you know, we're not the sums of our flaws or our victories. You know, we're all people. We're just trying to figure life out. And I like I said, I love the beauty of religion. It's just the practice part is where they lose me. But I use it to as a vehicle to convey my messaging that even though you may perceive something as being bad, it still can be beautiful. Like it's just, you know, like the word demon. Like you think it could be bad, but like people forget that the devil was an angel. So like he was not always this person until they labeled him that, until they made him an outcast, you know? Like at one point he was a good person or he was a, you know, a great angel, but something happened. And it's like, well, you don't hear both sides of the story. It's a yin and yang type of thing. And I wanted with my brand to always provoke thought. Like when you hear the name, I wanted to stop you for a second. Like, wait, what did you say? And that's when we first came out. That was, and you edited that video too.
Yeah.
Like Arturo shot it, but we sent it to you to edit. But it's like that was a moment because it stopped it disrupted your feed because nothing else was like that. And even with the designs, I want the designs to be thought provoking. I want you to walk away, like I want you just to feel something. And I also, you know, that's what the brand is. Heaven's Demons. It's the opposite of a Hell's Angel. It's
Yeah.
like what that's literally what I was thinking sitting there. I was like, what's the opposite of a Hell's Angel? It's a demon from heaven. So
Yeah.
Heaven's Demons. And I just loved how it sounded. I took the vowels out and just had HVNS, DMNS. Like some people, it took a long time for people to understand it's just Heaven's Demons because they would say Heavens and Demons, or they would like they would mess up the name, and I'm like, fuck, like damn, I took a long time to work on this shit. Like, but it's like I need to do a better job of getting marketing and like,
a lot
getting
of times
it across.
that's sometimes you do something creative, damn, people don't get it, but it's not their fault. It's your fault.
It's my fault.
You gotta you gotta dumb it down too. Like sometimes we forget. You think people understand it because you have your own context behind it. Like, oh yeah, it's Heaven's Demons. It's easy. You just took up but then it's like an average person, like you're saying, they scroll and that stops in their feed.
Yeah.
They don't really sit down and analyze it. Like, is that for, you know, it's, you got to dumb it down sometimes.
You got to dumb it down. It took me a long time because like I'm a very in-depth thinker, and like I tend to forget not everybody's in my head, and they shouldn't be because like my head's a fucking crazy place. But
I don't want to be in it.
You don't want to. I don't even want to be in it, to be honest. But like it's just like I need to dumb it down and make it to where people can understand what I'm doing, like, and to try to simplify it, but also like I can't help but have, you know, be layered, and like I need to also add that, you know, extra for the people that are curious to learn more of context and like why I'm doing certain things. It's available, but it also needs to appeal to people that just surface level, like they just see it like surface level of like, I just like the color of the shirt. It's like, but for me, it'll drive me crazy of like, well, you don't like the way that it feels, you don't like the way like the graphic is or why I chose those colors. Like, no, I just like the color. So it's like for me to accept that, like as a consumer, like, you know, everybody's different. There's some consumers that I just grabbed the shirt because it's black. And it's like, fuck, well, there's a reason why I chose black with red screen printing on it and like the two angels, like the first graphic that we did, the first collection. So it's all a learning process. And like, I don't like reading about shit. I like doing. So like I learned through doing everything. Like I'm a hands-on visual learner. And so you know, the first 2 years of the brand, we're going on year 3, is like learning that. Same thing with the music of like, fuck, like the music I was doing back in 2020 is not the same music I'm doing now. Like I upped the quality of the music. I took more time into like, you know, investing in the hooks and like what actually sticks with people, and also implementing like different elements of like, you know, some people that are more invested in the lyrics and like have that as well. Like trying to appeal as much as I can while still being me.
When's your next performance?
when's my next performance. That's also a thing like I've waited on as well. Like
I have footage of your first performance somewhere.
I'm not ready to watch it, but I remember but the experience, like I love being in the moment.
Yeah.
And from what my memory of the moment was it was a great fucking moment. I remember seeing people packed all the way to the back. I remember being in the mosh pit. I remember, people screaming my lyrics from that were in the front row. I remember just I walked away with, and I gained fans of people coming up to me like, I thought you were bullshitting at first, just trying to be like a wannabe rapper, but like I could tell like you care about music. Like you care, like I dress the part. Like even now, bro, like I realize like I'm a physical representation of what I'm trying to do. So like kind of dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And putting time into like how I look in a performance, like, or how I'm interacting with people and like having stage presence. And like I remember interacting with you while as you're recording the camera and like singing to the camera, and then going to over here and then having a dialogue with somebody in the crowd and like kind of like interacting with everybody. Like in my head I'm thinking of those things, but I'm also being present in the moment of that. So I genuinely care about everything I'm doing. I'm a very passionate person. So yeah, the next show, I don't know. hopefully soon, dude. I mean, I just dropped another project because I feel like I wanted to cleanse everybody's palate, like of my music. This is my sound. It sounds way better, way more quality. This is the music I thought I was making at first. And so new music that they could reference to versus just putting out one song and then them getting tired of that one song. Like, okay, here's 5 to 6 songs. And then, the next thing that comes out.
It's a volume game, It's so you do this project and this project and this project, and like when you go watch one of your favorite artists perform, they'll play like 1 or 2 songs from every album, like their whatever hour set. It's a projection of their career, like, and sometimes they play shit that they don't even play shit from certain albums, and you're like, oh shit, like,
I wish they would have played that song.
So sometimes you just gotta keep driving, and then you're reinventing yourself every single project, something different here, something different here. And then you're becoming better as an artist because now you know the process of making now the first song you made, I'm pretty sure that shit took forever. It was like nerve wracking.
Yeah.
Then the 10th song you made, you already know how to go in the studio. The 100th song you make, you're gonna be fucking such an expert level type shit.
Yeah, I'm always a student. That's the minute I feel like I know everything is when I stop growing. Like you're always a student, no matter what, no matter how much you know, that you could always learn more. And the first song I ever made, bro, I hope that never sees the light of day because it's such the concept was there, like what I was thinking, but the execution wasn't. I was recording with shout out Billy at his house.
Oh, Billy.
Billy, yeah, and on a microphone and like not really knowing to where now like I record with the producer, I send it to an engineer, and I've actually took the time to work on songwriting like in a better way. So like from that first song to now is such like leaps and bounds. And like during the whole pandemic, like I had a vocal coach. I wrote a song a week, like and I would perform it to like one of the guys in the music industry, one of my homies, to like kind of work artist development. Like I took that time to develop as an artist. And like when I dropped Hellbent, a lot of people, when they went to the listening experience that I threw, that was one of the first things they said is like, you can tell like you worked on your craft. Like it's like when Batman, like when he was working with fucking, what's his name? The Liam Neeson in the movie Batman, and like just training. With the ninjas and shit. Like that's what I did. Like I just, in my room, I had a little isotope and a microphone and just songwriting. And would record a song a week for 2 fucking years.
That's crazy.
And like I have a whole catalog I could reference to now. And
how many songs do you have out?
Not that many out. Like I think like maybe 20 songs out, if that. But like in my hard drive, in my hard drive, like 100.
So are they like concepts where like you make a song and then you take that to the engineer and then they make it like high quality, or
they would make it high quality.
So you're just writing it just so you get the project done, and then from there you pick. That's sick.
Yeah, like so my process would be like, in we would have exercises, bro. Like me and my homie, shout out Manny, like he'd be like, write this kind of song, or use this type of rhyme pattern, switch it up. Like do every other one, like change everything, like forcing me to grow.
That's sick.
And then like I had a vocal coach, and I thought I was just like a monotone baritone style, and like through vocal exercise and stuff, he's like, no, you're actually like a baritone tenor. Like you could hit high notes if you wanted to. Like You just have to, your voice box is a muscle. You have to train it, and you have to know your pitch. You have to know what you can do, warm up your voice and stuff. Like, you have to do all this. So like now, like with my songs, it's just so much more than just talking like this throughout the whole thing. It's like there's range, and like it keeps you stimulated, and so like stuff like that, and like recording and not even having like a goal in mind of like, I'm gonna put out this kind of project. It's like what you said, like, let me just record all these songs, and then eventually the project comes to you. Like, you start finding themes, you start finding like, oh, this flows into this one. And like with Hellbent, from track 1 to the final track, like it tells a whole story. It's ebbs and flows. It's a roller coaster throughout. And like if you pay attention to it, it is, even the track listing, bro. Like the track listing is a sentence. If you really, like I'm layered. So like I could read the sentence. I'm trying to remember the fucking what I put. It's been a minute, but if you read it,
too deep right now.
Too deep, but that's what it is though. It's like it's there for those people like that take the time or they want to learn. So we're on some other cult shit last time. I'm the bad guy in disguise. That's a sentence if you read it like that. But if you look at it, it just looks like a song names.
Yeah.
And that's just me being layered. Like there's little like what do they say in movies, like golden nuggets?
Yeah.
That it'll tell you, and like the story.
Has anybody mentioned that to you that you didn't tell them? That
No.
It's a sentence?
No, like it's always like that aha moment when I tell them. Like I told Arturo and like Evelyn and a couple people, like it's a sentence if you look at it.
Oh, what's that music video? What song is the music video? Because you guys came to the show, and then you guys were all like matching and shit. And you're like, oh, we were shooting a music video. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's to Last Time.
To Last Time?
Yeah, Last Time.
You say it's dropping soon?
It's dropping soon. Yeah. So probably within the next week. In the next week, I'm not sure when this comes out. So
well, when is the song drop? We should probably drop it around the same time.
Around the same time, yeah. I have to soon. It's soon. What's it called? But yeah, I'm gonna start rolling it out probably this week. It's gonna be out before the end of the month. I know that, and it'll probably be on a Sinner Sunday, like just like I did with Hellbent, releasing a song every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Yeah, for the rollout. I feel like, at least for my algorithm, I get the most traction on Sundays, and I like the alliteration of Sinner Sunday SS.
Yeah, it's super dope. It's like the Kanye Friday, the Good Fridays. Here, this podcast is gonna drop probably the first week of February. So not next week, but the week after.
Oh, okay.
So I think the song might be out by then.
It should. Well, the song's already out. The video will be out.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The video will be out.
The video will be out. Yeah.
So check out I'll put if the video's out, I'll put the link in the description. You guys can check it out. So
check it out.
Curious.
Yeah. Dope. It's dope, dude. Just this whole time, this year, I feel like it's the affirmation from like dropping Hellbent to like even now to my event
What's your release strategy for this year? Do you have a plan for the 2023, or you just kind of go with whatever feels good to you?
No, I have a strategy. I'm approaching every song as if it's an album. So like I'll release a single, and I'm gonna view it as if like you put like a whole conceptual, like it's gonna be, we got to shoot a music video. There has to be a rollout strategy, this and that. I'm gonna do that for every song. Like, I'm going to put everything into that one song, and then the next single, I'm going to do the same thing, just so people could see. And also, like, so I can have, like, build more traction to my music, like, and it's a different sound, too. Like, I'm showing my range. Like, this last project was alternative rap. It's basically what Hellbent is. It's a lot of rock and grunge influences with hip-hop drums, and there's just so much going on with it, and it's something that when I was recording those songs, like that's what I have fun making that music. Yeah. And then going forward, I'm switching it up, and it's gonna be R&B. Oh, so nice. like I feel like, okay, you have that out, now I want to show you what else I can do, and it's gonna be a single, and then another single, and then eventually a project.
That's dope. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. You got to promote singles, because again, everyone's attention span is so much shorter. So yeah, do one, you push that song, and then all the organic reach is like, okay, cool. And then the next song, and then everybody just starts like it's like a snowball effect. The more you do something, everything just keeps piling on, and then boom, by the time you do 20 single releases, it just fucking keep going, bro. Yeah. Yeah, bro, like I mean, if you ever want to do Desert Underground, I'm telling you, fucking.
No, I know it's there. You've offered it to me. It's just me being ready. Of like, I want not to say I'm ashamed.
You want to
Of
be
like,
ready to put
I
on a
want
good show.
to no, like I don't want to just perform 5 songs. I want to like perform like a good amount to choose from. Like, not to say I wouldn't want to perform my old shit. It's just, and it's funny too because like I'll be playing my phone on shuffle, and then like Angels and Demons came on, the song I have with Billy, and I was like, fuck, like that's a hard ass damn. Like I forgot. Like it's been 2 years since that came
Yeah.
out. So then when I heard it, I was like, damn, bro, like that's actually fucking hard. Like I was making that, in at Billy's house and on his little, I think it was an HP with like some random cheap mic that he got like from Walmart, and we recorded that song.
Hey, but
And
that's at least you got something done, bro.
got something done. So like I wanted to have like maybe like when this R&B stuff comes out, so I could have like an actual set, because I that's one thing that the that the shrooms made me realize is like put time into your performance, like have ebbs and flows, interact, and just have more. Like you just don't want to appeal to one demographic, or just like it sounds like one run-on sentence. Like have some range in what you're doing. So
What's like your biggest struggle as an artist?
my biggest struggle as an artist, um man, that's a good question. I think getting over overthinking is just doing it. That I think I overthink a lot. That's a funny sentence, but I know I overthink. I know I overthink a lot, and I'm always thinking, 12 steps of everything and in depth of like, okay, but what's this and that, and sometimes it's just like, no, just make it. Don't overthink shit, and that's probably my biggest hurdle is overthinking and then trying to guess how people are going to receive what I'm creating. That's, to me at least, that's my biggest would you ask, like, not
Biggest struggle?
struggle, yeah, that's my biggest struggle is overthinking. But yeah, like, but it's a pro and a con because I'm overthinking, I check all my boxes of what I'm trying to do. Like I have to make sure like I'm on my P's and Q's, all my T's are crossed, I's are dotted, and that way I know I put out the best of my ability. Like I didn't just fucking record it. I didn't have a proper rollout. I didn't have a proper this or that. Like, and then after the fact being like, fuck, I should have did this. Like, damn, I would have did that, but fuck it, whatever. It's not that serious. Like being more professional with myself. It helps me be more professional with myself. Yeah.
That's dope. I'm glad that you're self-aware of a lot of stuff. The only thing I would say is you gotta post more content.
No, I know.
That's my one word of advice. Like, I feel like you should have posted more content from the last album rollout. You were posting some good ass content, like all those
It was
fucking
good.
teasers with the car. That shit was bad, like in the desert.
Bro, for that one, I was like, what I told, shout out Julian, Volant Views, and Andrew Diamond Views. I was like, basically, what if Tarantino made a scary movie? Because it was during Halloween is when I was releasing Hellbent. So that's how we shot it. I wanted to feel like if Tarantino shot, he's one of my favorite directors. So it's like, if he shot a horror film, what would it be like? And then when I released it, I didn't release it in order because I love Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction isn't in a continuous order. It's like
Chapters,
scattered. Yeah, it's
yeah.
chapters. So I'm like, okay, let's release this one here, this one here, this one here. So then a snowball effect of like, okay, after you see it, then when you go back to my channel, you go, okay, this is part 1, part 2, and part 3. So it was like a whole strategy with that. Like that's lump that into the umbrella of overthinking, because I be overthinking my post. Like even when I
Yeah.
do post, if you know me, like I laugh at my captions. Like I don't take myself that, like I take myself serious, but I'm also a fucking clown. So
Yeah.
like one of my captions I put like fucking I'm him or something like that, or soy él, and it's like I'm laughing. And if you know me, you know I'm laughing at it. Like I mean it, but then it's like, bro, I
Yeah.
laugh at the same time. Like I'm having fun with it. It's a whole character. And I think we talked about it one podcast that we did. Like that's why I go by Sinner. Is like I wanted a character. Like I'm doing something here. It's more than just me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's you, but you become that character as an art. That's your artist.
Yeah.
Because you have your government name.
My government name, the name my parents gave me.
And then you have your artist. That's
Yeah.
like a whole. Not that it's a character. I mean, I guess it's a character, but that's a persona. I don't know. Yeah, character.
A persona. It's an extension of myself. It's just me
It's your
expressing.
vision. You're
Yeah.
expressing your vision.
And it's all conceptual, because if you take a step back, it's sinner. Well, first Adam, and then sinner, and then it's heaven's demons, and then it's forbidden fruit. And it's like, it's once you start looking
what's
at
forbidden fruit?
my juice company, cold press juice company, forbidden fruit. So like we started doing that as well during the pandemic, and the name struck me while I was in the gym because Arthur and I were thinking about names.
You know what connection I just made? Your name's Adam, like Adam and Eve, and then
Yeah.
everything else is all fucking like
It's all religious.
religious. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's my aha moment.
That's your aha moment, bro. That's literally it. That's the aha moment. Like
That's the aha
Adam
moment.
and Eve, forbidden
Yeah.
fruit, and the logo's the tree of life or the
Yeah.
tree of knowledge. I literally took the image from the Bible and I rearranged it, and that's the logo, is the tree of knowledge. And with forbidden fruit, the purpose of why we started the company was because there wasn't that many healthy options on the east side of the valley. Jefferson East wasn't that many healthy options, and we would have to drive all the way to Sprouts to get cold pressed juice. And you know, if I wasn't making juice at home, like throughout high school, I would make juice on my grandma's juicer from like the 50s. And like that's the same juicer my grandpa
Had a fucking step on it. Or...
No, bro. It's like one of these, it's all steel and it's so old, but like, and that shit's never gonna break. But like, you'd have to hold it because it's so powerful, it would fucking move on the counter. Like, so my great grandma would make carrot juice every morning for my great grandfather before he'd go on work on the ranch. So like, that's the history of that juicer. And then that's the juicer that my grandma used, my mom used. And then during wrestling season, I would drink juices and I would juice every day with that juicer. So then like when the pandemic came at Sprouts every Wednesday, they had $5 sushi. So Arthur and I would go and we grabbed $5 sushi and a cold pressed juice, and it hits every single time. And I remember telling him, because we've had dreams of starting a bar and stuff, and I'm like, why don't we just do a juice company, bro? Like, we don't drink as much as we used to, and I'm big on authenticity. So it's like, if I don't drink, why am I gonna start a bar?
Yeah.
Like, it's not organic to me. And so I was like, let's do a juice company. And he's like, what do we know about juice? I was like, what the fuck do you mean, what do we know about juice? Like, bro, we get juice every week. I juice at home. Your mom juices. Like, it's a big thing for, you know, like in the Mexican community, like where they make juices at home. So I'm like, let's just do that, bro. Like, we're on the side of the valley. We have access to all the farms over here if we really like go out and search for it. And then it's always like, I'm the idea, and like I'm always so optimistic, and like I'm like, let's just do this, and then he'll tell me how to get that done, but it takes him a day to kind of like analyze it, and he's like, okay, it takes this step, we need to do this and this. So like, he was at first apprehensive, and then like the next day or two he came over. He's like, okay, so like how we do a cold pressed juice company is we need this kind of, you know, juicer, we need this type of thing, and this. I'm like,
So he's like your human version of ChatGPT.
yeah, basically I have, it's R2D2. But yeah, like that's basically what it is. And then and he loved the idea too, because like we have, shout out Papa Heads, he was there at the event last night, and like you know, Pancho from Bob's and all my friends, like they all have their own businesses, food businesses, but I would tell them like, bro, make something healthy. Like, I can't eat this all the time. I'd love to support every fucking day if I could, but I can't eat loaded fries every day. Like, I'm gonna fucking balloon up here. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that was another reason I told him, I was like, bro, why don't we just do it? Like, we juice all the time, we're pretty active, and we want to have more of those options here on this side of the valley. So with to get biblical, the fruit that Eve grabbed the apple from is the tree of knowledge. So like, it, in a sense, it's my interpretation of like, well, why was the tree of knowledge forbidden to eat from? And so like, that's when I learned about food deserts and how in lower minority areas, they don't really have access to like organic fruits and stuff, like healthy options. It's always fast food. So it's like, we're literally consuming stuff that kills us.
Yeah.
And it's like, and for us to get all this other stuff, like a Whole Foods, we have to drive 20, 30 minutes away to get it. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to bring all that stuff here and give these people an option.
How's it been? What's like, how much are you guys producing? Mm-hmm. How are you producing it?
How are we producing it? So we invested in a cold press juicer, and the cold press process, it's very different from your at-home juicer. So it'll grind all the, you know, fruits and vegetables, and it'll go into this compost bag.
Yeah.
And then from that, it'll squeeze all the juice out, so you're not getting any of the fibers.
No,
Yeah.
I know how
Yeah.
juice is made.
Well, I'm saying for the people that don't know,
No, I'm
because there's a
saying-
difference. There's a difference between cold press and regular masticating. Like in your at home juicer, you'll drink it and you'll taste, like you'll feel texture to it.
Yeah.
With this, it's like just drinking water.
Just drinking water.
Yeah. So like
I'm saying like
yeah,
the distribution and
Yeah.
how much like are you guys
Right.
just getting started? How's the distribution? Where you guys sell it? Like that's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
get to.
yeah. Oh, well, we're working on having like a physical location soon. Like it's in the works. We've been working on it for like a few months, but we converted, at home, just doing it, and like we got industrial grade fridges, countertops, machines, everything. We like all of it. We completely we invested so much into it. We didn't we didn't realize that part too. Like if there's
Yeah.
hurdles and stuff that you don't realize when you get into things, but we've just invested so much, and we genuinely care about bringing this to this side of the valley, and like having this as an alternative for people like that do want to be healthy, that having that, and they have the excuse of, or the reason of, like it's too far. Like I can't drive all the way to Sprouts. I can't drive all the way to Whole Foods or Trader Joe's. Like I'm just gonna go here. So yeah, and we're looking to eventually expand and go into like coffee shops, grocery stores, and stuff like that. The more as we go on, more opportunities will present themselves.
And do you guys have like its own LLC and you guys create your own website
Yeah.
and fucking do all that shit?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
sick, bro. And what else you got planned, or do you have you're doing fucking?
What else I have
much?
planned?
And what happened with the podcast too?
The podcast, we took a
How many
break.
episodes have you done?
Oh, well over 100. If you include the DNA podcast
Yeah.
and the Heavens Demons podcast, we're at like 200
200
episodes. Yeah,
I know
And-
you guys are super consistent. And you guys
Yeah.
fucking cold turkey stuff.
I know. Well, dude, I mean, it's been a journey with that too, and we both felt, and sometimes I'll say it first, and he's already thinking it, Arturo, and it's like, dude, like we're doing the juice company, we're doing the clothing line, I'm doing music, you're doing the masonry company, like we have so much stuff going on, and I felt like at that time, like what are we talking about? Like not to say we weren't good with the podcast, like we could talk, without, very consistently for like 2 hours. We put out 2-hour episodes, but it's like, sometimes I feel like I just want to live. I want to experience things. I felt like I was kind of repeating topics or
Yeah.
like repeating stuff. And it's like, yeah, if the only thing I was invested in is a podcast, like it would be way more polished. Like I'm either all in or nothing. So I was like, you know what, dude, like let's not oversaturate ourselves. Let's not, spread ourselves too thin. We could double back to this at any moment.
Yeah.
And so that's basically what the podcast is. Like we already proved to us and like the people that have been listening that we're a quality podcast. And sometimes like the frustrations that come with that, it's like, bro, we don't need another thing to be frustrated about right now. Like we already have our own hurdles with the clothing line and the juice company. And like, it's just so many hours in a day and making that time. And if I can't devote that time to
the one thing I would say is it's hard because you're doing all the editing, bro. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, that's usually what takes the longest. But if you invest into the fucking
that broadcast, I was looking at, I was like, bro,
you would save hundreds of hours in a year
Yeah.
of fucking editing, bro. And whenever you're ready, I know you guys are pretty sure once you have more time, but
yeah.
now that you guys have all kinds of shit going on, I think it'll be a lot more interesting because you could give
Yeah.
it updates and use those parts of the podcast to promote everything else. Like, oh shit, this week we're working on this video. You're just talking about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Before you guys would pick topics and talk about stuff. That was cool too. But you could take that approach where it's just you're talking about what you're going on in your life. Like, oh shit, we have like if you had a podcast last week, like, oh, we have this launch, we're doing this. Oh, fucking our juice is now available in this location, this, and then maybe you could talk to some people that are involved in some of these businesses and just talk about what you're doing. Like, you don't even have to do other topics. You know what I'm saying? And then the distribution, this will save you hundreds of hours. And that way, it doesn't have to be also weekly. You could do like a monthly podcast or every 2 weeks if you wanted to. So that was not a lot of pressure on you. Were like, that was hard, bro. Like, you guys fucking killed that shit. You guys didn't miss a week for what, like 2 years?
2 years we didn't miss a week.
That's insane, bro. I have never committed. I've been doing this shit for a long time, but like that's just dedication.
Yeah, thank you, man. It is a commitment. A pattern in my life is I'm committed for 2 years and then it falls off. But like
relationships.
yeah,
Man.
it's hard. But like it's a grind, bro. And we didn't even take any guests on the podcast for like the first year because the vision I had for the podcast is like I don't want to be so reliant on guests. I want to be able to, the two of us could do it, the three of us could do it, and we were self-efficient.
Yeah.
And we put our hours in, bro. We put our hours in back when we were in my garage in the middle of summer with no AC.
Yeah.
And sweating our asses off and losing footage and then having to come back the next day and try to recreate or do another episode because we fucked up or I've like something went wrong, the camera died halfway through the episode and so many hurdles and stuff. And it's like it's just, the growing pains, honestly, like growing pains of it. And then asking yourself like, okay, one of the questions I kept asking myself was like, does the world need another podcast right now? Like so many of them started popping up and I'm like, bro, not to say we're going to get lost in the ether, but if we're not putting the necessary time and effort into marketing it to break through the ether, then we're just going to get lost.
Yeah.
And, I would say this, like a testament to not doing the podcast, it's allowed me and Arturo to focus on what we are doing, and those things are cutting through. Like now you're starting to see the amount of time we can put into like the music, to the brand, to the juice company. Like now you're starting to see the fruits of that labor, no pun intended. And so like now, like when we do come back, like you said, with the podcast, like now we have so much more shit to talk about.
That's so sick, bro. I mean, you're always fucking, anytime you need help with anything, bro, just hit me up, whatever, just call me, fucking.
Bro, we've been, our path, like from not from the beginning, because you started YouTubing first, but like my growth from like the Chrysalis video to Old Flames, my first music video was your first music video.
Yeah.
And then to see like how everything grew from there. And then like we would go, like I would be guest on your podcast, you were a guest on my podcast, and then to see where we're at now.
I mean, I know there's other people, but you were the only one that was doing shit.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing shit for a while, and now I think 2022 is the first year where like so many people are actually creating content for the first time. Like there's actually people doing content now. I think it's easier with TikTok and Reels and shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, fuck, it's been so long. Like here in the Valley, even now, there's not enough creators or even, you don't have to be a creator, like just do something. There's not enough people doing something.
Yeah.
And you were one of the first, you're fucking since the get-go. So, and of course, we play football and like, we used to fucking hang out, watch UFC or fucking football games and shit. So, always fucking down to support whatever. And, go to your shows. I went to your thing and you come to my fucking Desert Underground. So like we're always there,
Yeah, always there. And like it's a motivating factor too. Like I've expressed to you, plenty of times, is like the amount of work that you put in. It's like this is somebody that not just my peer, but like my homie. It's like, bro, he's putting in so much time and effort. He's getting up early for his regular job. It's like you have no excuse. Like if you want this shit, you got to work just as hard as Angel. You got to work just as hard. Like so, like that's why with me, like that's another reason why like I don't post that much, because I'm always working on something. I'm either fucking designing, I'm researching, I'm doing this and that. And then by the time I can actually post something on Instagram, like I don't even think of like an actual grid. Like you'll see it on my story, but then actually like a grid post, it's like fuck. Now I got to think about a caption. Now I got to think.
That's the reason. Is because you're overthinking. Again, the same thing you said. Post what you're doing. Fuck, we just bought a fridge for a fruit company. Like that would have been a sick ass post. Like you don't have to. Literally, the caption is, "I just bought this thing that I'm going to use for my company." That's a post, and it doesn't have to be aesthetic, because people want to know the behind the scenes and they want to know what you're up to. Oh shit, I'm in the studio writing a song. Fucking here in the studio. That's a reel. That's a fucking clip. I don't know, fucking, we're getting ready for the event. You're fucking hanging up all the fucking, the shit from yesterday. That's a clip. And that's content that you can make. It takes 5 minutes or less. Yeah. Without having to. And I said, those are the clips that are like just throughout the week. You're actually doing that. Like you're not creating, you're documenting what you're doing. Yeah. And then once in a while you do that badass video, that Tarantino shit. Yeah. That's like oh shit, that's a fucking sick video. And then a few sick videos, and then the rest, 15 kind of like documents your life videos, and then another banger video, or like, oh shit, I'm dropping an album, fucking good attention, good quality, photo shoots, this, boom, go check out my song, and then, here's live updates on fucking my businesses, fucking this. I think that's that's what I'm starting to approach it in that way.
Yeah.
I'm just posting what I'm doing. And then sometimes I do fucking post some better videos. And the ones that are, not all of them perform as the best, but it doesn't matter. It's just like, fucking monkeys need to see your shit, bro. Monkeys need to see your shit.
Well, that's one thing. It's hard. It's like, bro, it's hard. And I'm always, that's the last thing on my mind is like, document this. That's always the last thing. And like, I'm so invested in like the event last night. I'm like, fuck, I should have took more photos, videos or something, or like, or at least hired somebody to do it. And it was such a cool event. And I'm glad. I like intimate things, and like, that's why like I invited you to the listening session, the listening experience. It was an immersive experience. Like, I wanted to control the environment of how people digested my music, because if I just put it out and with no context, with no like, I got to control how people listen to it. You were in a soundproof room. I had instance lighting. I had red lighting in there. It was a blacked out soundproof room on quality speakers, and that was a lot of those people that attended. That was the first time they listened to it. So, and they walked away like they actually listened to the lyrics. Like, I shut down all their other senses and they were just listening, and you're not distracted. And so like the same thing with the clothing last night was, I wanted, when people walked in the doors, like, I wanted them to see what Heaven's Demons looked like, what it sounded like, what it smelled like kind of like what it feels like. So I'm very big into the details. So it's kind of hard for me to just put out like, oh yeah, I just bought a fridge. You know, it's hard for me because like, that's like, nah, but like, they need to know why I did this and the steps I took to get to this fridge. And then I forget of like, to even post the fucking thing. Like, there's so many photos and videos I have in my phone that I never posted. And I'm like, oh, well, that already happened like a month ago.
No, but that's you overthinking.
Yeah, that's me overthinking.
No, like
100%.
Even the old shit.
I'm flawed.
Just post the old shit. I'm telling you, bro. You just gain more traction on everything. You could sell more juices, fucking more streams on your music, more sales on your clothing brand, and you build your brand. So of course you do want to make more sales. You want to get more streams, but you're growing you, and you are what people follow you. Like I was telling you yesterday, like, yeah, you do all these things, but like sometimes people just follow you. Like, I follow you for you. I know you're doing music and I know you're doing the clothing brand, but I just want to see what you're doing. And that's what somebody told me about me, because a lot of times I was the same way. I'm like, fuck, I make Coachella videos and then I'm doing this and that. And like, oh, what are people going to think? But like, oh no, like people just want to see what you're doing. And I'm like, that shit blew my mind. So I'm just giving you the advice that I got. Like, I appreciate that. I follow you for you, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people follow you for you. So they just want to see you. And I think the companies and everything just like a part of you. And I think you got to show people.
Yeah. No, I thank you. I appreciate that. And I know that. So like, that's why like I make sure I put so much into like, okay, they're invested in me as just as much as I am. So I'm going to put out the best stuff I can. Something that they could be proud to share. Yeah. And then just like the overthinking aspect of it. Like sometimes it doesn't need to be that complicated.
That's what the product you're delivering. That's what you're putting the effort into the showcase last night or your listening experience. That's what's like, oh shit, this was putting a sick ass fucking event. But then the content is just like them connecting with you, and they go see your badass product. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't make the content your badass product. The content is
just filler.
It's just filler to when you want them to check out your badass product. Because of course, keep doing the fucking badass fucking Christianity shit you're doing. Like that's just fucking the aha moment I had. But I'm just saying, like, you don't need to do content, but it helps with everything else you do. It'll help you. That's
well, I've tried working on it, like actually using TikTok and like posting videos and stuff, and I'm getting better than what I used to be. Because then before, like, people, I would check my Instagram, like, fuck, I haven't posted anything in 6 months. Yeah. It's like, fuck, some people unfollow, some people did, like, stayed. And then I have, last night was a very humbling experience of, like, you and other people, like, showed up for me and saying, like, bro, like, what you did is cool, like, and appreciating, and, like, some of the people, like, me not even explaining the collection, them just understanding it right off the bat. I'm like, bro, thank you. Like, that lets me know, like, at least somebody's walking away and they understood what I was doing. Yeah. No, that's what it's all about. Like, we're all just trying to find, I guess, like, our own tribe or create a human connection. That's what yesterday was. It's everyone was connecting
as humans, you know, as fucking apes. They're just
Yeah, I was mingling with people. I will say my social battery is very low. Like, because yesterday I'm having so many conversations with people. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I could use a Red Bull right now to power through this next hour and a half. But it's just so cool. Like, I walked away, I took all day today to just decompress and, like, process yesterday. And, like, my expectations of what I thought it was going to be, it got surpassed. And, you know, seeing people proud and like seeing some people already wearing the garments and like people's posts today of like them going to like a family get together or something today and them wearing it. And it's like, it's so fucking cool to me. It's like, bro, like that's an extension of me. And like, and I love what I do with not only music, but with the clothing is like that person, I created that garment. That garment's gonna see like have its own life now. Like it's gonna see places I've never even been to. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna have its own life now. And it's like that's a piece of me that's gone.
Yeah.
And I get to see like if they post a photo wearing it, like damn, okay, that hoodie made it to fucking France.
That's
Like
crazy.
yeah, like it's
I'm
so
always
cool.
wearing I still wear your hoodie all the time.
Yeah.
The I don't know, it was one of
The
the
Heavens
first drops.
Demons, yeah, the Rorschach design.
Yeah.
Where it says Heavens and Demons upside down and the Cupid on the inside.
Yeah, I wear that shit all the time. That's one of my favorite sweaters, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually one of my favorite designs, dude. Like, shout out to John from Palm Valley doing the 3D embroidery on it.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, and he was even like, I've never done anything like this. Like I like that. And like, you know, me, I just have these ideas. And then when I work with these people, like sometimes they say like, oh, I've never done anything like that, but I want to try.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, fuck it. Let's
challenging
try.
them,
Yeah, like push it. Like, let's try something, bro. Like the worst thing that happens, it don't work.
Yeah.
Like at least we tried. Like one of my things I say to myself is like, I'd rather fail with flair. Like, let's try it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Fuck it. You know, at least you tried. I much rather fail and then live with the regret of not trying. It's just, you know, why?
Yeah.
Why not try? Like let you try, and if it doesn't work, fuck, you at least learned, and hopefully you have this approach of like reverse engineering. Okay, where did it go wrong? How can I make this better? Like it took me making those songs that now I think are not good, but it took those songs to get to music that I'm so proud of.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, if you don't fuck with this, then I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you. At that point, like, it could be like a thing of like how you're invested in me. It could be somebody not invested in me and they don't care. And they could be invested in somebody else.
But that person,
Yeah.
someone that listens to your shit now, like, let's say 2 projects from now, you drop another shit.
Yeah.
They might like that. And then they go back to your older stuff. And then they're like, all it takes is something in the future that they like. And then they go back and consume all your other stuff. And it's like, it happens all the time.
Turning an atheist into a believer.
Exactly.
Or turning an atheist into an agnostic or something. But yeah, that happened to me with Young Thug. Like, I wasn't the biggest
Like
Young Thug fan.
He went to jail, and I was like, his music kind of slaps.
Nah, bro. I wasn't the biggest Young Thug fan, like, in 2014. And then I listened to his Jeffrey EP, and I was like, wait, this dude's actually good. And then I heard him on More Life, Ice Melts. And I was like, wait, he's actually hard. And then I went back to his old stuff. I was like, nah, like, he's always been dope. Like, I was tripping. Like, I had to have an honest moment with myself.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I was hating on him for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I used to hate on artists all the time too. Like everybody just like, oh, the music's whack.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I haven't even actually listened to it. It's just for some reason we want to think a negative thought. But now it's like, I guess like getting older, I'm just like, fuck it. Like maybe that music's not even for me. Like I try listening to it, I might not like it, but I'm not gonna judge it because that happens to me at Coachella. Going back to that shit, like you walk into a fucking tent and like the people around you are fucking crying or they're fucking singing along word for word. And I'm like, that's dope. Like that's a vibe.
Yeah.
I might not know this artist, but all these people here are fucking loving this artist. They came. Some people might have bought a ticket just to see this artist, and like I'll appreciate it, you know.
And then it forces you to say like, what am I missing? Like, what am I not getting from this performance? Like, why don't I understand? And and that's a scary thing for a lot of people is to look inward. Like they like to project a lot. They project their insecurities or like what they hate. Like, oh fuck that. Like I don't like that person.
Yeah.
Why? You don't even know this person. You don't even know this artist. You don't know what their project's about. You don't even know what they're talking about. And then you see other people's reaction, and sometimes it takes like a stamp of approval from somebody you respect for you to change your perspective. Like
That's true.
It's like, oh, if somebody that you look up to likes this person, then you should like this person because if you like what they do, then you should respect what this person does, or like at least make the effort to understand why they like this. And that comes with the territory of being an artist. Like being an artist, whether you're a painter, whether you're a music artist, like it's the most revealing thing you could do, intimate thing, because it's something you created from nothing. This thing didn't exist until I created it, and now I'm putting it out into the world. It's an extension of me, and it's like now it's interpreted. It can be interpreted by anybody. Somebody can come across your music. There's people that listen to my music in Russia, in like in Brazil, and places that I've never been. I don't know anybody from these places, and I like to say like my music goes to places first, and then I'll make it there. Like if my music will reach Russia, one day I'll go to Russia.
That's crazy.
One day I'll go to this place because my it's blazing the path for me. But it's like it's like you're open to so much criticism, and a lot of people are afraid to be criticized.
Yeah.
It's like it's the hardest thing. Nobody wants to be criticized, and so like when you're an artist, it's putting down all your walls and just being like, this is me, or this is what I created. And yeah,
and then it's like it goes back to, I know it's hard to like criticism, like I do that shit all the time too, but going back to like just taking the step back from the simulation is like nothing matters.
Yeah, that's
why are you stressed about whether random fucking person might like your song or not? When nothing fucking matters in this world. Like, yes, it matters to you and you want people to like it, but if that person doesn't like it, doesn't matter, because there's 8 billion other people that might like it. There's you could reach. Then, like you're saying, the whole world. Now we have access to. We're connected now. As your art, even like your juices and shit. Like, but if you post about it, like people might connect to your brand.
There's a connection. You got to bridge the gap.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like it's hard. And it's insurance. But that's literally I will go through that whole process of like overthinking. And at the end of it, it's like, well, it doesn't matter anyway. So like, just do it.
Just do it.
It's just like a whole thing that I go through every time that I'm creating music or creating, the clothes and stuff. Like, it's just like at the end of it, like, oh, it don't matter anyway. Just fucking, why are you stressing it?
Just fucking do it.
Just fucking do it. Someone
will fuck with it. Someone will.
And it's shifting my perspective. It took that took me time as well to stop focusing on the people that don't like it. Focus on the people that do like it.
Yeah.
Focus on the people that show up. They deserve your attention. Don't think about, oh, why didn't this person come? Or why is this person talking shit? Or why is this and that? Like, there's people, honestly, that were talking shit back when I was modeling. And then they were talking shit when I first started doing music, that they post my music.
Damn.
Or like they like my stuff. And I'm like, some of them come up to me like, hey, yo, bro, I'm sorry. Like, at first I didn't understand. I was just hating. But I get it now. Like, this is you. And it takes time, bro. Like, you go, I mean, bro, I've been wanting to do music since I was 10. And it took me from 10 all the way to like fucking 2019 to fucking, oh yeah, let's do it. To finally build up that confidence and courage. Like, it's just that a fucking, not to say a hero's journey, but just your story. Like, I'm sure what you're doing now, maybe you wanted to do when you were a kid. Like, I believe all of us, we eventually go back to doing the shit we wanted to do when we were like 10, 11, and 12. Like, we had shit figured out. It's just society shaped us into like, oh, I got to get this kind of job. I got to get this kind of degree to work in this field so I can provide for my family. It's like, bro, at the end of the day, I just want to paint. Like, at the end of the day, I just want to make videos. Or at the end of the day, like, I want to write a book. Like, you eventually go back to trying to satisfy your inner child. And that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm doing what 10-year-old Adam thought was cool. Like, when I grew up watching my dad perform. My dad was in a band. And a lot of people last night met my dad. And like one of my homies, shout out Adrian from Hermano, he was like, bro, I get, like, it all makes sense now. Like, that's your dad. That was your father figure. And like him doing music and his personality and stuff and like how he is shaped how you are. And like, that's how you are now. And when I was like, like when I was a kid, just watching this guy, like, that's what I want to fucking do. And it took me to build that confidence to say, fuck it. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm just going to do it. So I'm trying to make 10-year-old Adam happy. Yeah. Damn,
that's a sick way to fucking wrap this up. Where can people find you on social media before we take off?
Instagram, Fuck Sinner, FVCK Sinner. Same thing on Twitter. Heaven's Demons on Instagram, HVNS, DMNS. Forbidden Fruit Juice Co. Am I missing anything?
Your YouTube?
My YouTube, Sinner555 on Instagram, on YouTube.
OnlyFans.
I think that's it. OnlyFans, I'm not saying that one. If you see a guy with a ski, no, just kidding.
I mean, thank you for coming to the podcast, brother.
Thank you for having me,
Every
man.
time I have you, it's like we always, it's dope. I don't know how long this was, but
It always lasts a long fucking time.
yeah, I know we did a 3-hour one that never dropped.
Dropped, bro.
Shout out to Brian. I don't know, he lost the footage and shit, but whatever.
Yeah, maybe it's a good thing that the episode didn't come out because what we were talking about.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll put all the links in the description so you can check out your stuff. And thank you guys.
Thank you.